The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta and our admin, Foxy, as we are here for Day 4 of the Qualifiers group stages are now in play, and we're going to be starting things off with a big game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure you've seen both of these teams many times and seen us talking about them many times before. Union Gaming taking on TRN8 Valiance, a match that is somewhat reminiscent of a match that we had back in Season 5 of the previous league, where, if I remember correctly, that match actually went to overtime. Valiance were able to push Union Gaming that hard. And mind you, Union Gaming, of course, they haven't had the best of times recently, but the last match that they played, they won comfortably 7-1 against LFO. That's a big match for them there, and winning that comfortably will give them a little bit more confidence coming into this game. While for Valiance, they will want to score that win against Union Gaming, and what a better place to do it than in the qualifiers. Wouldn't you agree, Baba?
I would definitely agree on that, Jack. And let's not forget about Sandys, who was making a lot of important clutches and plays for the team on defense, playing as the Melusi. Like he was basically a one-man army over there. 1v3 clutch situation on second floor console office hold. It was quite unexpected for me to see how well Sandy did. Outplayed the opponents on the side of Team LFO. And also, yeah, how can I not forget about EX7? He actually went for a run out with the UMP. That is, the next level of aggressive play, as I might like to call it, because no one actually goes with a spawn peak with the UMP, because that's not how spawn peak works. But somehow EX7 just managed to do it in a flawless fashion here. But I think I need to talk more about Tier 8 Valiance here, because just like you said, Jack, they've pushed Union Gaming to overtime match point, and there may be a higher chances where TR8 Billions might be able to get the drop on Union Gaming, knowing the fact that Killen is in TR8 Valiance is going to be very difficult for Team Union Gaming to cope up against. We did actually see Union Gaming going also very aggressively on map Consulate, especially on defense. But the only question is, since Union Gaming is on attack first on map Clubhouse, we are actually going to see how well that they are on attack strategy on map Clubhouse, because just as I would like to call it each and every time, Clubhouse being also very defender favored map, it's very difficult for the attackers to get in on the site, get control on the site. So yeah, without further ado, let us jump into the matchup. Union Gaming versus TR8 Valiance. on map Clubhouse, starting off with the operator ban phase. Now, this is where the standard bans happen, maybe a Thatcher ban, because it is 100% ban rate, known for the fact that he is one of the most important operators to disable any utilities that the defenders have on. So it shouldn't be much of a prediction here. And just as I would about
Oh.
to say it, Ace will be banned from TR-NID Valiance. Now, Ace has been a very important operator because, it is very difficult, especially for a bandit main, to trick both of the Ace's Selma breach charges. So, for the defenders, it would make a little bit of life easier to deny one of those hard breaches coming in. Now, second ban comes in, and just as I was talking about it, Thatcher will be banned on attack. Now, defense, we did see a lot of changes. We did not see a Mira being banned from the previous matchups, but will we be able to see a Mira ban in this match? I believe. Oh, never mind. Then looks like Wamai will be banned, and I don't blame them because Wamai, with his magnet needs, and also how can I forget about Jaeger's 100% pick rate and also his ADS gadget to decline any of them. And yep, looks like my predictions will be right all along. And with that, that would be end of the ban phase. Ace, Thatcher, Wamai, and Mira will be banned, which means Valk and Maestro, the important Intel operators, will still be in play.
Absolutely. These are some interesting bands that we're looking at, especially the Ace and the Wamai right there. They are very new to the game. Ace more so than Wamai, of course, but they are going to be facing the ban wave quite a bit in competitive, in higher ranked, you name it, as, graphs recently released, they show. But more on that on a different date, as let's have a quick look at both of the rosters that we have in the lobby for ourselves today. From the side of Union Gaming, we've got Jittery, Beat, Sandy, Sparko, and EX7. And from the side of TR Valiance, we've got Archangel, Kingslayer, Hermione, Killin, and Dipchol, the newest entry to Valiance and the newest entry to Union Gaming. Both are playing today, and both of them are going to be looking to make their mark. Sandy already has, mind you, on stream a couple days ago. We saw him pull off some amazing Malusi plays against LFO on the map of Consulate, just as Baba was talking about, the 1v3s and the clutches, you name it, and he had him. He had that game in his hands, and he was not willing to let go in the slightest. And we're going to be looking to see if he can repeat that success here today, but we'll have to wait for it just a little bit longer. Of course, action phase hasn't quite begun yet. We've got Valiance on the defense right now. Excuse me right there, which means Dibjol is going to in fact be playing the Malusi. Interestingly enough, just like Ace, Malusi sees a lot of competitive play, a lot of high-ranked play, because on her own, she may be manageable. It's not exactly too hard to play against a Malusi when that Malusi player is mostly playing solo. But when you combine Malusi with other operators, that synergy that Siege is all about, that's when she can become a little bit of a nightmare. And that's what we're going to get to see here today. But right now, what we're seeing is Archangel on second floor. Cashroom pushing construction. He knows that there's somebody on the logistics hatch, potentially somebody on the construction single wall. He has Killin here for support. He will see one outside of the window. He's not going to take the shot, mind you. He's going for a big rotate, but he shoots the wrong way and takes some damage instead. But Killin will be the one to find Jittery. That is the buck of the board. A big drop right now. And Jittery of the board means bad things for Union Gaming as another gunfight's happening, but that's the Alibi who's going to lose that. And Sandy will be the one to take the kill, retaliate against Valiance, and make them lose one of their roamers. Killin is still alive. He's in Secret Stash right now in Cash Room, in Logistics, excuse me. And he's sort of chilling over there for the time being, but there we go. The Princess spotted his location. He's been given away, and he's solo on HP. Construction is being pushed. There's somebody in the hallway. Does he know? He does not. And the kill will be secured by the sledge. Even if the default cam was alive, it could not give away the information fast enough to kill him, and he had to face the consequences. Right now, Kingslayer is the next line of defense for Tiana Valiance. He's been spotted. He'll have to pull back alongside Dibjol. And that's your Vigilant Malusi falling back into sight. 3 versus 4. Union Gaming are in the lead right now, as 1 minute and 20 remains on the clock. Great start for UG, and not exactly a terrible start for Valiance. They did manage to waste a lot of time, a certain amount of time, so to speak, from Union Gaming's push in this first round itself, but it wasn't quite enough to throw them off their tracks. And from the looks of the way Union Gaming is making their setup happen right now, yeah, it doesn't look like they've been thrown off too much by that early roam from Valiance. It was aggressive, that is for sure, but yeah, it didn't seem to have had quite the ideal effect. And oh, you gotta watch those vertical angles, my man. There goes Dibjol. EX7 taking advantage of those sledgehammer angles, but no, there's Kingslayer to find one. That's a little retaliation onto Sandy, but oh, will he secure the kill right here? Yes, he will. EX7 trapped on the Banshee, manages to get the kill onto Hermie one, leaving Kingslayer the last man standing. Drops down Motor Hatch right now. The Vigil coming in to Church. He knows that there's somebody in here, doesn't know exactly where. No, he doesn't. He's looked away, but wait, shots are being missed right now. Sparko's going to be going for the plant, then the Vigil. He misses so many shots right there. Secondary comes out. Will he find the sledge? Yes, he will. Finally, a kill is secured, and EX7 goes down, but there's 2 more attackers remaining, and Sparko will be the one to shut down Kingslayer before he can do any more damage to the side of the attackers. That was a little unfortunate with the sledge right there, and also with the Vigil, both of them whiffing quite a few shots. But at the end, Union Gaming was the one to come out of that victorious, as we have a quick look at that in the instant replay. As we can see, good use of verticality right there from the sledge. Unfortunately, alongside many other factors, of course, Valiants were not able to pull off round 1. But again, it was just round 1, and they can definitely take round 2 as we go back to Basement Church and Arsenal Room.
Well, EX7 with the triple kill, eliminating both of the important rumors on the side of TR8 Valiants, even though it was a well-played effort from Killen with the SMG11. It would have been great if I see that play, but unfortunately, we were too late to witness it. Round 2, Basement Church is going to be the site yet again. And this time, hopefully, TR8 Valiants might find a weakness right out of the bat. We actually did see an early kill from Killen as he eliminates Jittery, the Buck. One of the most important operators when it comes to, opening up floors without, any animation, just like how the Sledge does, just like how Sledge does with his hammer. But since with the, with Buck not having a frag grenade, but having a Claymore, kind of drastically decreased Buck's pick rate, but anyways, he is still viable to play, and he is still powerful than ever with his skeleton key as well as his devastating primary weapon. But other than that, we'll see how well it's going to work out for them. A round 2 action phase in play. Killen yet again with the mute. Hopefully, last thing I remember, he was holding in the logistic office as he's going to prep up his run out right from the windows of bedroom. He's just looking at some on the top of the shelf. Maybe if there is a drone presence being detected on the side of Union Gaming. He's going to be hearing Hibana using her Excairos pellets, hopefully to open up the construction wall, I believe. And looks like, no, it wasn't the construction wall, it was the garage wall. And look at that, Killen with the run out. He's going to eliminate Sandy, an important kill, and he's going to go for another run out, and he's going to take out EX7 as well. Well, Killen with the plays, 2 kills, 2 early kills on the side of TR8 Valiants, and Union Gaming is in a bit of a trouble. And looks like Killen, he wants to get more, but Sparko will be there to shut him down and beat as well. He is going to retaliate by eliminating Archangel. Again, the man count is equal as yet again, but Kingslayer, he wants to try his luck out here by thinking of going for a spawn peek, or he's just going to bait it out, wait for Sparko to just enter inside the kitchen for a surprise attack. But beat, he's going to do his another magic, eliminating Dibjol. That would be Killen, Dibjol, and Archangel both out in play, but we still have Kingslayer and Hermie one. Quite surprisingly, not playing on the side, but he's playing on the hallway. You really need to be careful, beat, but he will be eliminated from none other than Kingslayer. A really great headshot, which leads to only Jittery and Sparko. The man count is equalized yet again for both the teams, and the pressure is high for them. Jittery, he's going to be using his skeleton key to, get some angles right from the stairs, but does he know that there is Castle playing on the stairs? He's going to get taken down yet again, which leads to Sparko, the man, the myth, the hero for the Indian subcontinent region, to clutch this one out in a 1v2 situation here. Keep that in mind. His HP is also very low. He has one drones and also a Claymore. and he needs to make this happen here. Proximity alarms detecting his location here. Push comes in, but the castle will be there to eliminate Sparko. TRN Valiance with a successful hold. They're going to win it out on their first defense on Basement Church.
That was a great hold coming out from Valiance, especially early. The aggression from Killen on the mute from that bedroom window, finding 2 on the balcony. That was huge right there. As we have a quick look on the instant replay right now, the man was jumping out and making the Union Gaming regret even coming to the second floor. Those early kills were definitely very important, but another thing that's important and something that I've noticed that Valiant seem to lack is their mid-round, because they are losing bodies in their mid-round already, and it's not exactly helping their cause. For a quick moment, Union Gaming almost had the lead once again, but thankfully Jaeger on the first floor roam by the kitchen hallway was able to take down the Maverick and sort of pull things back in their favor. And we all saw how the round went right after that. So Basement Church goes to the side of Valiance, and they will now shift to second floor CCTV. Hopefully they will be adapting to these mistakes, as we've seen them do time and time again. They have impressed us quite a bit, at least they did in the previous league, and of course in all resulting tournaments since, as right now, Valiance, they have their chance to pull one over on Union Gaming. Will they be able to? That is what we're here to find out. That is what really makes this match exciting, in my opinion, as we've got the garage walls being reinforced. No Kaid, mind you. It's just going to be mute jammers holding those down from the looks of things, and maybe Jaeger to hold down that rafters area. We already have the ADSs in place. No Omai, as he has been banned, so garage hold will be a little harder than with the inclusion of Omai. It's going to be interesting to see how Valiants play around the defensive bans for the time being. Mira, of course, being the other band, no surprises right there. We see Mira banned quite a lot, regardless of whatever map it is. He just is really powerful in general, as we've got Beat already in place, but looks like he just wants to get rid of the jammers in the area. Or does he? I'm pretty sure Union Gaming might want him to do the soft wall trick, as we've got a vertical line of sight being established by Dibjol, using that as a shotgun. Takes out a drone, and there we have Maverick, who's already taken care of the mute jammer on the main CC wall. Archangel holding on garage, lower garage, mind you, as that's an interesting spot to be playing. So long as those mute jammers stay alive, he doesn't have much to be afraid of. But Kingslayer, he's going to go down in stocks. That's an unfortunate position to have been in, as he will be taken off the board by Sparko. Jittery is very low on HP from that resulting conflict, but oh, what a shot! Manages to find Hermie1's head off the back of that. What a beautiful play. Verticality established and head taken clean off of the Melusi, leaving Valiance once again in a little bit of an unfortunate situation. 3 versus 5 this time. No Union Gaming bodies have dropped yet, and their cash defense has been withered away just a little bit. All that is left is for them to get the main breach done, the attackers that is, and they might just have a clear run into sight. If this has been dropped for the time being, looks like the Capita does not want to take responsibility of it. He wants to push garage instead, as he broke down the garage door, as more shots are being fired towards the CC main wall. That's Dibjol. There we go. We see the Excalibur pellets have done their job, but nobody there to take damage from that smoke grenade. That was mostly used for the escape for Dibjol. Here we go. The push on the Raptors is also coming in. The drones, they know for a fact that there is somebody here. Flashbangs are being thrown to burn out the ADS. 2 drones on Archangel right now. This is a big utility to them coming in from the side of UG. They know they have to get rid of this Jaeger at all costs. And there's the fire and the flames. Archangel, he's not about to make out of that at all, as he will go down in the meanwhile. And Jittery has been taken care of by one of the Valiance defenders as well. We couldn't get that on camera, as the Jaeger, unfortunately, was literally walking through flames. And that leaves only 2 defenders left alive. No, make that 3 attackers as well. Will it be 2? There's a down onto Sandy from the SMG-11, and the kill is confirmed by Dibjol. Very well done, but EXM is going to retaliate by taking down Killer. It's a 1v2, all down to Dibjol, the last man standing, and he has to play against the remaining 2 attackers. 1 behind him on red, and 1 inside of garage. He's shifting between sites, trying his hardest. He sees the slash, takes him out. It's a 1v1 now, all down to Dibjol on the triple kill. He could do this. Does he know where this last attacker is pushing from? He does now. The shots are fired and he will get it on red stairs. The smoke with the SMG-11. Beautifully done. Union Gaming taken for a spin by this one man alone. Dipjo. The clutch is his, and the round is Valiant's as they will take the lead 2-1 up on round 4. Let's have a quick look at that in the instant replay as well. I'm sorry to cut over you, Baba, right there. I just had to. As though that rotate through the red and just hiding, knowing for a fact that they'll be confused where he went. Unfortunately, it didn't seem like the intel was passed through in time as where the smoke could have potentially gone. The hallway was the one in contention, but smoke, he was on the stairs instead.
Man, that was... Ooh, Dipjol was basically dancing around the site. He was basically a ninja. We actually did see Maverick's face being displayed right from the catwalk, and even though he did not dictate, that gave the opportunity for Dipjol to even conceal his location, changes this, he just kept changing more often, and my goodness, that was the most intense clutches I've ever seen. Well, with that, with TR8 Valiants in the lead on defense, we are going to progress to round 4. Second floor gym is going to be the side, as we're going to be seeing a slight change in the operation selection, as Hermie 1 is going to be playing as the Goyo. Those Vulcan shields are very dangerous if get caught from a particular operator, and also it is quite handy if you just comboed it with the Jaeger. The opponents won't be able to detonate it. And yeah, with that, action phase will be in play, as we're going to be seeing 2 of the ADSs being placed right in front of the Goyo shields, currently being detected from the stairs, and also one of the last ADSs being placed right from the bathrooms of the bedroom side. And with that, it's very interesting that we're going to be seeing Archangel using his shotgun to prep up a rotation. And I believe that is Jittery already in the pool table, waiting for a mistake or a rotation on the side of TR8 to caught off guard. And unfortunately, he won't be able to find anything. He's just going to be waiting for a perfect moment. Hopefully, when Hibana uses his Excaros pillars to open up the walls near the jacuzzi, and it's not going to work out. Well played from Kingslayer as he eliminates the target. And that already an early frag on the side of TR8 Valiants will give them a morale boost. Nade will come in just to make sure if there's any operator being present from that hallway, but it will just be of waste for now. Beat holding the angle from the windows just to make sure that the defenders won't be able to go for a specific run out, although a Claymore and there isn't a Nomad's air jab to be present, so they really have to be careful with that. So we're going to be seeing a huge melee hole. Oh no, he's just trying to use his Legion Goomans to throw near the hatch of the logistics wall, just so that if they able to drop down, Kingslayer will be there for the immediate pre-fire to eliminate them. And yeah, just as I was saying, Sandy's with the Excaros pellets, he'll be able to open up the jacuzzi wall just to get the entrance on towards the side. A little bit of breaching torches as well on the side of CCTV to hopefully eliminate Dipjol. But unfortunately, on the side of Union Gaming, everyone's access is right over there. And EX7, he's going to eliminate one. And Dipjol will also do the same. Eliminating Beat was apparently holding the angle on the windows of Jim. And here comes Sandy with the aggressive plays, eliminating Hermie 1. And with that, they only have 55 seconds left. Eliminating 3, make that another one as Sparko eliminates Dipjol right from the logistics office. And Archangel with that devastating SAS shotgun, he needs to make those important plays and also kill in as well. EX7 going for the fake plan, won't be able to get it, but that fake will eventually eliminating Killin and Archangel in the process, as Union Gaming will win their second attack yet again. Let's take a look at that in Act Fibernet's instant replay. What coordination, what flank, and also that bait coming in from EX7 just to make sure that the opponents on the side of TR8 Valiants will be able to go for the push in. I would say the cover from Union Gaming was present, and with that, immediately they eliminated both of those players. Well done from on the side of Union Gaming, and also a well-played effort on the side of TR8 Valiants, especially I believe that was Kingslayer who was playing as the Legion. He actually did eliminate Beat on the windows of the CCTV window. And with that, round 5 will be in play, and Basement Church is going to be the side.
Well, so far this match has definitely provided us with a lot of entertainment. It's been a good one between these two teams. As is to be expected, they have a little bit of a rivalry forming, shall we say, as Valiant and Union Gaming, they are looking to win this match and win it with as much gusto as they can. We'll see who comes out on top as we are now on round 5. Basement Church is the site of choice. It looks like it's going to be a fairly standard setup coming out from Valiance. No castle use. They want to employ the Valkyrie and the Melusi alongside the... excuse me right there. Alongside the Alibi in this situation, just to sort of bamboozle the attackers from Union Gaming and maybe even slow them down, slow their aggression down using those Melusi Banshee gadgets. Archangel there we go. The shield on Dirt Tunnel is in play. There's an ADS there to protect it as well. He's probably going back to do some other bits in there. He's going to open up this impact impact trick angle, excuse me. And probably going to be that's probably going to be where the Alibi plays, if I'm not mistaken. Hermy1, he's probably running impacts. Maybe even Killen could be running impacts on the Melusi. But, all right, there's already somebody on bar, or, well, stage door, that is, as has been spotted on the Valkyrie cameras right there. And yes, indeed, Killing is running the C4, not the impacts, on the Melusi, as it should be, shall we say. And so far, no big early aggressive plays coming out from either team. Some shots were fired, and that may have been the Melusi trying to take out a drone that is spotted on the main stairs because she's going to fall back all the way to Arsenal, just to make sure that no early kills are given away to the side of Union Gaming. UG, in the meanwhile, looks like the lack of an aggressive push from the side of Valiance has given them a little free way to just get in and get their work started. As we have, that was a little bit of a scare from Beat, as if he was a little less careful on making those holes, the smoke would have easily taken his head off. But not to be. Sandy's in the meanwhile holding that vertical angle that the Sledge has already established. Jittery, curiously enough, has lost a little bit of HP. Looks like it was from the vertical lines being played and countered, as in challenged by the defenders. You can see the Melusi, the C4 came out, did not find the Buck or any of the attackers at all. As right now an impact trick is necessary, but I don't think, nope, there's nobody down there. No impact tricks happening from the side of Valiance on that kitchen hatch either. Killen, however, is going to find Sandy in the meanwhile. That is the Hibana down. The one who just got the kitchen hatch open is also the one to fall first from the side of Union Gaming and on this entire round, as more vertical angles are being opened, excuse me, on that kitchen and hallway floor. Meanwhile, there's a push onto Dirt that is being set up slowly but surely. That's probably Sparko and Beat trying to make this happen, but there are smoke grenades coming out. Sparko's taking a lot of damage from that. He's trying to push through, and he will get the flame arrow off, but all that's done is push the smoke back. Another gas grenade comes in, and the shield is stopping the Capitao from getting in. That's why he has to pull back. Another canister comes out. That's all the canisters from Archangel, but another flame bolt comes out, and Archangel's got to make his way back before he gets taken down from the fire and the flames. There's another kill confirmed, and that is another Union Gaming body. Make that 2. They've just find 2 right now. EX7 and Jittery are down. Sparko's gonna be down as well. That's Hermy1, and that leaves the last man Beat inside a kitchen. And there's Dibjol again from around the corner in kitchen. Finds the Maverick trying to rotate back into safety. Unfortunately, there is no safety in this situation, as Dibjol made more than sure of that. Round 5 on Basement Church goes to the side of Valiance as they have reclaimed their lead once again. And round 6 is going to be underway on CCTV and Casher.
Well, one final round for TR and Valiance on defense to immediately get their control against Union Gaming's attacks, so that when the roll swap comes in, they have to make sure that they get more of the attackers' points as best as they can. But well played from Dibjol. 3 kills, I believe that was from the flank through the kitchen. A very important side to hold on to, because that's most of the point where the attackers, you know, goes for the push in, and also a lot of vertical angles were being established from them. If the attackers did had a lot of control from that specific position, TR and Valiance couldn't be able to hold it out. Thanks to Dibjol, they did, however, to manage the situation and took things under control. And also, do have to appreciate how well, you know, the smoke, I believe, I guess it was Kingslayer who was playing as the smoke, was holding all by himself in the tunnel, uses the smoke canisters in his possession, made sure that he wouldn't go for the peak to save his own skin, and also using his smoke canisters just to make sure the attackers won't be able to go for a thorough push, in which Sparko was also very aggressive on. And even though with the smoke canisters being reduced quite a lot, Alibi was there to quickly eliminate Sparko at that specific position. And yeah, with that, round 6 will be in play, and this time Union Gaming, they need to make sure that they equalize this round against Tyrannid Valiance. One single point can determine a lot of potential, and looks like EX7, he doesn't want to waste his time by eliminating Kingslayer right off the bat. And here comes Sparko yet again, right from the stockroom entrance, to eliminate Killen. That's already 2 players down, and early 2 frags on the side of Team Union Gaming, as Archangel, he needs to make sure that he gets their control. A flashbang being thrown in right in his face, as Archangel couldn't get to control himself, as EX7 will be there to take the kill off from Archangel yet again, which leads to Hermie1 and Dibjol yet again. And for Union Gaming, they have all their time to just open up the walls on the CCTV walls, make sure that they get their entrance and eliminate both of them. So they're just going to take their sweet time, use their drone works out, find their location, and go for that perfect execute. Meanwhile, on the other end, we're going to be seeing Dibjol using his smoke canisters to decrease a little bit of HP against Beat, while he was using his breaching torches to make a half wall from the CCTV. While here comes Sparko with the support, using his flame balls, but that flame balls will cost him his life. Dibjol with an impressive kill, SMG-11 eliminating Sparko, but he won't be able to see Jittery right from above the catwalk, which leads to Hermie1 all by herself. T5 SMG and a Dream, and that Dream will be out. Standy with the final kill to eliminate Hermie1 to claim the round against Tyrannid Valiance. Equalizing the round 3-3 will be the scoreline. Let's take a look at that in Act Fibernet's instant replay. What well attack coordination coming in from them, and also EX7. He didn't want to waste time. He was hungry for kills, and he was angry. He wanted to make sure that he wants to, you know, make a statement out of them, saying that, yeah, I mean, you did great on defense, but can you handle on aggressive plays? And they actually did exactly that. So round 7, role swap. We're going to be seeing Union Gaming on defense, and they will be defending on Basement Church and Arsenal Room.
As we can see right here, Basement Church and Arsenal Room is going to be the opening site from Union Gaming, as well as it was for Tyrannid Valiance. And the scoreline is actually equalized, ladies and gentlemen. 3-3 is what we're looking at on round 7 on Clubhouse. 3 rounds won by Union Gaming on the attack on a defender side of map like Clubhouse. Very well done to them. But not to say any less of Valiance. That last round, UG, they knew where those defending roamers were, and they just shut them down as fast as possible, knowing that as soon as Valiance get a grip on the situation at hand, they will not let go. That's what had given Union Gaming some trouble in the round previous, and that's why they needed to shut down. Valiance before things got, out of hand. Right now on the defense, they will Union Gaming, will be employing the Malusi as well as the Pulse on EX7. And the Mute, Smoke, and Castle, as we all know this particular strategy that they seem to be employing. The SSG strat off-site, most utilities used off-site, so to speak. First floor and a little bit on the second floor. We can see Sparko, he's rushing to the second floor to make those rotates and lines of sight that need to be made. And some from Cash looking into stocks, just playing vertical, on Clubhouse. It's actually quite good and offers an advantage to whoever has the better angle / the better peak. And of course, a little bit of your gun statistics matter in that situation as well. But, that's just the intricacies of the way this game works. And it's a lot of information to keep track of at all times, for most players anyway. Drones are going to come out from Valiance. They know what Union Gaming are trying to do right now. There's 2 roamers on the top floor, the Mute and the Castle, and they need to be taken care of swiftly, as I'm pretty sure Archangel knows. He's going to be supported by Dibchol, who's going to be droning him into logistics. Drone is shot, however. That gives away the fact that there's somebody probably playing logistics door or a secret stash. Logistics door it is. Flashbangs go through. Not going to find anybody just yet. The feet will not be seen, as the operators outside of, just on the hallway, just on the gym bedroom hallway, will be able to rotate back the main stairs, back down on the main stairs safely. Beat manages to get away with that peek on kitchen hallway as well. Excuse me right there. and hold down, and hold it down as much as they can. Sparko is actually going to retrieve one of his castle barricades to put down closest sight. Looks like it will in fact be the church door that a castle barricade goes on to, and look at that, the reinforcement pool coming in clutch for the defense of UG as they will complete their setup here on the church wall, making sure that church has a completely different defense than what it did in the early round. Gas canisters are going out in the meanwhile, doing damage to Hermie 1 and Killen. Both of them have to be careful on that push on dirt that they're trying to make, as vertical lines inside are going to be opened by TR9 Valence. No bodies have been lost yet. The big thing is that time is no longer, is no longer going to be, something that the attackers can rely on. But what a push coming in from the Ash right there. Killen, he knew that those gas canisters were coming out, and he used that to his advantage, catching the smoke in his animation as Sparko tries to refrag, but he won't be able to find anybody just yet, and he's got to be careful of those vertical lines aside. The kitchen hatch has been open, mind you, and that gives Valiant a lot of room to work with. EX7 and Sparko currently holding on in the boxes area of Arsenal. There's two coming in from dirt. One watching from the kitchen hatch. Sparko's going to be taken off the board as well. Flashbangs are coming in. That's Killen with another kill for himself. But will he find one more? There's the pulse to be very careful of. Pre-fires it, but no, he'll go down instead as Killen gets a triple. Hermie one's been down. Dark Angel's planting. And there goes the Malusi. And there goes the last one as well. 4K from Killen, and a flawless round coming out from the side of TR8 Valence. What an attacking round, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at that in the Act Fibernet instant replay right here. Oh, beautifully done. The dirt push from Killen alongside the Maverick, and then knowing that they were probably pinged, making sure that the down Maverick was not confirmed onto, taking those kills whenever needed and shutting down the defense as fast as possible, as Valence will once again reclaim their lead, going 4-3 up on round 8, and we're headed to Gym Bedroom from the side of Union Gaming.
Well, 3-4 is the scoreline, and what a play from Killen. 4 kills to his name, and he actually knew the weaknesses of Union Gaming, and he just took it out instantly. And yeah, with that, round 8, the second floor gym is going to be the side. Most of the time we might see, we'd see, some of the teams picking the CCTV room. But yeah, since UG is picking the second floor gym, it would be very difficult for TR8 Valiants to, go for the side pick, because, according to what the side pick, they mostly just predict on which kind of sites that they go in, and they would pick those specific operators to go for it. And yeah, with that, I believe they still have those specific operators, so I shouldn't, talk anything more about that. But anyways, well, on the attacker side, it's still the same operators on the side of TR8 Valiants. You still have the Hibana, the Ash, obviously it is the Killen with an impressive plays, and on the side of defense, it is we're going to be seeing EX7 playing as the Valkyrie. Those cams will prove to be useful for him, especially for him if he wants to go for a run out or a spawn peek. So he need to make sure that he keeps his cameras right far away from side of the attackers, so that he can be able to eliminate them, especially if he goes for a run out from the tunnel spawn peak, the dirt wall, so you can be able to take out any of the operators who's holding on the side of Jacuzzi balcony. And yeah, we're going to be seeing a Goyo setup, as well as the ADS is being placed right on the side of construction. 2 of the Vulcan shields being placed, and with that, I believe there isn't any reinforcements being placed right from the construction wall, so they're just going to leave it open instead. So here comes the breaching toss from Hermie 1, making sure that this half wall will be open without having any problems. Well, I guess a little bit of problems will be there, but Killen will make their lives easier as he eliminates Sparko by jumping down from the logistic hatch. He still needs to find 2 more, but Jaeger will be there to instantly refrag Killen, as Jittery will be there to eliminate. And EX7, I believe that was the run out from the tunnel as he eliminates Hermie 1. That's 2 operators down on the side of TR8 Valiants, and on the side of Union Gaming, Sparko is still down. Maybe EX7 will be down as well, thanks to Archangel holding that specific angle. Goes for the pre-fire to confirm the kill, but unfortunately he won't be able to find the body instead. Well, here comes the run out yet again from King. Sorry, not the run out. The repel coming in from the Hibana as she tries to prep up the exothermic. Sorry, the the heart-breaching charge to open up the walls on the side of Jacuzzi as EX7. She's down, and I believe a Beat will be there to pick EX7 up by reviving herself back to 20 HP. Actually, no, it is on 10 HP. With that, Kingslayer, she's going to be entering on the side of kitchen, and I believe she's going to be heading upstairs as Archangel and Dibjol holding an angle from the windows of the construction as well as on the bathroom, making sure that they can be able to take out anything as well. But look at that interesting push from Dibjol as he eliminates Sandy, and also quite interestingly the firebolt. But here comes the refrag yet again from EX7 as he gets the kill from Dibjol, claims the control of the construction site. It is quite weird. Kingslayer with the push yet again, but the SAS shotgun will be there to claim the life. And with that, Archangel will be the only operator remaining, pushing in from Jim, but he'll be stopped down from this track. None other than Beat himself with the SMG-11. Union Gaming winning their defense on round 8, second floor, Jim. And what a play that was. Let's take a look at that in Act Fibernet's instant replay. Even though we actually did see Killen with a heavy aggressive pick from the logistics office, Jittery was there to immediately refag quickly, and also quite interestingly that Capitao with the fireballs, and then he just immediately vaulted in to get that kill. It was quite weird to watch, but he actually did it in style. So yeah, kudos to them. 4-4 equalized yet again, neck to neck. As we progress to round 9, Basement Church is going to be the site.
Absolutely equalized between both these teams. Neither of them are willing to give up as we have a 6 pick from EX7 out from the Pulse into the Legion, and Basement Church is the side of choice once again. I'm looking at that castle pick and the way excuse me right there, and the way it seems to be working in Union Gaming's head from the looks of it anyway, is that they want to emphasize on an offsite hold initially, and as soon as they have their objective, which is time wasted from Valiance's hands, they pull back, use the reinforcement pool, the common reinforcement pool, which is one of the better changes that have been made to Siege recently, and make sure that the hold on Basement Church works out just as well as it should, even if they hadn't gone for that early play on first and second floor, that offsite roam. As you can see right now, most of the site is deserted. EX7, he's probably going to put down one reinforcement here early, just to make sure that when they come back, when the site push comes in from Valiance, they are met with some level of defense, and then, excuse me, and then of course they are able to hold on to site as well as they want to. Valiance, in the meanwhile, they did play against this and play against it well, primarily down to Killen just pushing in, being super aggressive, outgunning the side of UG in every chance he got. But will he be able to repeat that success this time as well? Dibjol, we've been keeping our eyes on him ever since those that beautiful 4K and 1v2 clutch on second floor CCTV in round 3. We know how good of a player he can be and how good of a player he is, so to speak. But he doesn't want to let himself be outshined, not just yet. Beat and Sparko, from the looks of things, are on second floor once again, roaming and wasting time for the side of Valiance. They're trying it again, and who knows, maybe this time it could work out. Maybe have better success than they did the last time, as we are just past the 2-minute mark on the clock. Mute's actually going to rotate down to Jittery on first floor through to the main stairs and probably rotate down hatch. No, site, excuse me. Tried to pre-fire on that angle that's watched on the kitchen, on the kitchen hallway, excuse me, but wasn't able to find anybody for the time being, and hatch breach should come in from Kingston any second now. He's already in kitchen, but he's gonna get impact tricked. That's the first round of it. Will he get impact tricked again? EX7 is waiting for his opportunity. He's even got a small little angle on the kitchen window, but is that the right angle? Oh, it could be, it isn't though. Kingslayer takes a bit of damage, and an impact trick happens for this time from the looks of it. No, it doesn't. Not entirely sure if it did. I think it might have, as another castle barricade gets blown off on the dirt door. And another set of explosives comes in. This time, unfortunately, the EX7, he's forced to stand by and watch as he does not have any impacts left, but he will still find the head of Hermie one, take him off the board, and that's the first body to drop. This time, Valiants are the ones to lose. A big one. The Maverick goes down. And oh boy, This is definitely shaping up to be a good round. It's coming in close right now with only one body having been dropped between both teams. 9 players are still alive and EX7 is barely hanging on to life. Sparko knows the dirt push is coming. The castle barricade was of course blown wide open. Killen's got a drone in there. Dibjul is still droning. Archangel and Kingslayer need to make this work. So do the rest of Valiants as Killen once again on dirt. He's been here before. Will he be able to make it happen one more time? There's 3 operators holding it, but Jittery's gonna find Kingslayer in the meanwhile. The Hibana goes down, and the peak is seen. EX7 goes down to Killen as the Ash takes 1. Will she take 2? Dibjul finds Sandy in the meanwhile. Suddenly it's an equalized scoreline, but time is running away as Beat finds Dibjul. That's gonna slow him down even further. The defuse has been dropped. The Melusi has done it, but it's a triple kill for Killen. Will he find the last one? He doesn't seem like it. 3 seconds remaining. He's trying to find it. He knows he's in blue. But no, it will not work as Union Gaming will manage to hold on against all odds. It was a mad scramble going into side as we have a look at that in the Act Fibernet instant replay. It came all down to the last 15 seconds and it was... Well, one could say it was down to the Banshee slowing Killing down because he was not fast enough on that peak on the Melusi, and then getting out of that Banshee's radius took him so long. He could have chased the kill on blue, but he was not able to, and time ran out. As we're going to be going to round 10, UG are now in the lead 5-4 and 1 round away from the match point on CCTV and Casher.
Such a close match, Jack. Such a close match. We actually did see Killen almost getting a total of 4 kills, but the Melusi's, Banshee deterrent immediately slowed the aggressive push from Ash. Even though he actually did see where Beat's location was from the blue, but eventually it was too late to even get the kill off. Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen in the next round as we're going to be seeing round 10 in play. Second pro CCTV is going to be the side as EX7 takes a bit of a moderate damage from the Beats' shotgun. The SASG devastating shotgun, as I might like to call it, with the SMG-11 into the mix, and also a C4 for the extra damage, especially if the attackers try to go for that plant. But we'll see how well that they're going to defend on this specific side on second floor CCTV. Now, we're going to be seeing an interesting throw from Sparko as he uses his electro cross right from below the garage entrance, which would, I believe, I guess that would take control of the CCTV walls, maybe hopefully to make sure that if Maverick uses his half-wall breach and if he uses his frag grenade, the radius from that CCTV wall won't be able to take out the electroclaws which has been placed right from that specific location, and that's exactly why that place is very overpowered in a way, as I'd like to call it. So we'll be seeing Hibana using her X-Kairos spells to open up an angle right from the garage through to the windows of the CCTV, making sure that if there is any tricks being present from Sparko's Electrocross, it will be denied. And I believe that's another X-Kairos spell for the entryways of the garage. And also keep that in mind, Montaigne is in play, and it is Archangel who is playing it, which would give a lot of problems for them, especially if they try to go for the aggressive push in from the catwalk of garage. Meanwhile, we'll be seeing Jittery repositioning himself from the garage, and he decides to challenge that specific angle in which Kingslayer is in. Especially, he is droning. He's just making sure where exactly his location is, as Archangel, Kingslayer, and Hermie1, all 3 of them are ready for that push. Archangel still trying to figure out where exactly Jittery's location is. He will find one, and he will go for that push here. Slowly pushing in as he's getting slowed down from the barbed wire, and that immediate ping comes in showing exactly where Jittery's location is, and Jittery is going to get tagged down and immediately gets eliminated from both the angles as Hermie1 takes the life of Jittery. Frag grenades being used into take out the barbed wire just to make sure that if there's any opponent being played right from the windows, he needs to make sure that he shouldn't get taken down. As Hermie1, he actually saved his life by going back as Killen. He is already inside CCTV. Hello. But it's not going to work out that much as a Beat will be there to eliminate. And EX7 right from below. He takes another one, eliminating both Hermie1 and Kingslayer in the process, which leads to Archangel and Dibjol all by themselves and in the CCTV entrance. They just need to get at least 2 or 3 kills. Just go for the plant, and hopefully they could go for the plant. But that plant won't be in effect, as Beat will be there to eliminate our Angel, which leads to Dibdol all by herself as he eliminates EX7. But Beat will be there with the run out on CCTV balcony as he eliminates Dibdol with the Beat taking that final kill. They're going to win round 10 on second floor CCTV room. Let's take a look at that in the Act Fibernet's instant replay. What a great place coming in from EX7. He was right from below the tunnels of the garage, and he immediately picks out both of the players who are trying to push in from the garage catwalk. But unfortunately, they were too late to not even get the refrag. And also EX7 being a very devastating player, he immediately eliminates both of them, getting the control from the garage. And with that, Union Gaming is on match point. One more point for them to secure their win against TR8 Valiance on map Clubhouse. And the site is going to be on second floor gym. And keep that in mind, the only round where TR8 Valiance won on attack would be on round 7 Basement Church. So since Basement Church has already been won from Union Gaming, and the site is going to be on second floor gym, it is going to be very difficult for them to make a win on this side. Don't you agree, Jack?
Well, given the fact that Union Gaming, when they went to second floor gym back in round 8, they were able to they were in fact able to shut down TR8 Valiance before things got too out of hand for them. As right now here on round 11, we're seeing a match point situation that Union Gaming has for themselves. And they are looking to finish this off as quickly as possible by taking down the, the hold from Valiance. Taking it away from them as quickly as possible. They were chasing the lead. Valiance were in a one-round lead or equalized for most of this game. However, Union Gaming, they have come back. They've done well, but it's down to that one round. This is something I keep saying a lot whenever I get the chance to cast these beautiful games. One round can mean the difference between everything. Winning the game and losing it to an unfortunate set of circumstances. Even if it is 6-4, even if it is 6-2, when you're one round away from victory, the pressure that comes in is, it's quite monumental. Right now, with the gym hold coming out from the side of Union Gaming, this is, I believe, the only site that hasn't been traded between both teams, as gym was lost by Valiance when they were defending it in round 4. So, unfortunately for Valiance, this site isn't exactly their best, or at least for this match, hasn't been their best. They're going to have to work on that at the very least for now, as we have the Maverick trying to do the soft wall trick. Unfortunately, still not able to do it. Hermie won, as that wall has been pre-broken a little bit, just to make that blowtorch, a little harder to work with in that particular situation. Shots are being exchanged right now as utilities are being dumped. EX7, he's in a weird position over there on the gym window. There's a concussive that's come out from the Zofia as well. But to no avail just yet. Dibdol, he's just repelling here. Watching that drone hole, knowing for the fact that there might be somebody countering that angle, or at least watching that for the time being, so he might be looking to counter that angle. But he's got to be careful of that strip club soft wall that he was peeking at for quite a bit right there. He knows that it's a danger to repel and drone there, because that leaves you quite vulnerable from a couple of angles. But Hermie wants to start things out by finding EX7. That's a big drop. The Valkyries off the board, and that puts Valiance in the lead. But with a minute remaining, they have to get into sight, and this is looking very much like the round on Basement Church just a while ago, where time was what forced Valiance to make a bunch of mistakes, and they couldn't get through the round in time. 50 seconds remain. Valiance are still nowhere close to making headway towards sight. And Beat is actually going to find one. That's Dibdol off the board. There's a drop in logistics. Has this Jittery? No, he doesn't. But Killen, he took one. He got taken off and refragged instantly. So many bodies are being dropped. It's a 1v1 suddenly on Kingslayer, having taken down Jittery just now. But Sandy, he has dropped Diffuser. I think, no, that's outside of Gym. So this could turn out to be Kingslayer's game. He's low on HP, mind you, and the Goyo is full on 100. And this could be the turning point for this match. It's all down to Kingslayer. He's the only hope for his team. He's planting. He's trying to bait this out, but the C4 comes in, and it will find him. Sandy knows that he doesn't even need to peek. He has the explosive utility on hand. Throws it. and gets the kill. Let's have a look at that in the nope, looks like no replay coming in this time, unfortunately. But regardless, what a round coming out from both teams. The Valiants, again, just like that round on basement, time was against them and they couldn't expedite their push, well enough. They couldn't efficiently expedite it well enough to get into sight and make the plays happen. The execute wasn't there, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, as Valiants will lose to Union Gaming 7-4 to UG on the map of Clubhouse in this first match, excuse me. What a match that we had. And let's have a look at some of the highlights that we got in the relive the moment that we're seeing on screen right now. Baba, take us through these, please.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Jack. What a match between these two wonderful teams, Union Gaming versus TR&8 Valiants. We actually did see some incredible plays coming in, especially Killen with the SMG-11 play, a run out, eliminating two of the important players of Team Union Gaming. Just literally like threw me off the book there, to be honest. Killen making those important plays, being the fragger for their team. He almost had the win most like around 2 to 3 matches against them, but Union Gaming, they were always one step ahead, especially Jittery and Sandy, taking care of the rest of the team of TR&8 Valiants, where Killian was basically doing most of the hard work. But most of the time I do have to admit, the amount of support roles that Hermie wanted playing as the Maverick, he was making sure that he would get those half fall tricks as best as he can, and he did it as fast as possible. Because as a Maverick main, his main objective is to make sure that he could open up the walls as soon as possible, so that the attackers would be able to plan their step ahead at the right moment ahead of time, and he did it wonderfully well. But when it comes to the execution time, they did, however, had a lot of problems in dealing with the roamers, in which Killen, he actually did, however, dealt with the roamers. But when it comes to the execution of the side, when they were on attack, they couldn't handle it whatsoever. According to the number of wins that they did, I mean, they actually did win 3 times, 2 on attack, 1 on defense. And my God, I do have to appreciate, Dibjol was playing as, the Smoke was playing on the side of Cash Room. He was just literally dancing around the side, making sure that he won't be able to get detected by 2 of the operators on the side of Union Gaming. I believe that was Maverick and Hibana, who was trying to push in, trying to find out exactly where Smoke's location was. He was basically a ninja at that moment. And it was a well effort from TR&8 Valiants. But when it comes to on the side of defense, they couldn't get on top of the mark, where we actually did see Sparko was playing as the castle. There was a castle panel being used on the side of Bar. He quickly retrieved it, went down instantly, and used his castle panels right from the entrance door of the motor room, which gave them the opportunity to make a stronghold where Sandy was reinforcing from the basement church. You actually get to see how quick they are, even in the action phase, to get that specific controls. And all in all, well played effort from TR&8 Valiants, and a good job from Union Gaming. They have won 2 matches in the qualifier phase, and I'm really excited to see what kind of tricks that they have in the next matchup.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful game coming out from both TR&8 Valiants and Union Gaming. They gave it their all, as we've seen from these highlights. Some interesting plays, to say the least, as we can see. This Capital play right here, not really sure what purpose the Firebolt served. Probably to ward off any defender who was prone right below the window. And it did get him a kill. Unfortunately, EX7 was there to shut him down as soon as possible. It wasn't quite the play to be. And unfortunately for that Capital, Valiants, that is, it just didn't quite work out in that situation. As it goes, excuse me right there. As it goes, Valiants, their mid-round needs some work. They do get the early aggression kills very well. They do it as well as they can, of course, against a team like UG. But even then, their mid-round needs some work, and their late round where they scramble to get into sight, that shouldn't happen. They need to expedite their utility clearance and utility dumping, similar to how UG does it, or, really just in their own style. It doesn't matter how they do it, as long as they get it done and get into sight. That's what really matters. You can see the Banshee that was still alive inside of Arsenal. That's what really cost kill in the round there. If that Banshee hadn't been there, he would have been able to chase the kill on blue instead of being stuck. That is unfortunately what ended that round right there for Valiants. And just overall, like I'm saying this a lot right now, but their mid round definitely needs work for any future matches that they'll be playing, as it is. Yeah, it is definitely going to be interesting to see how they go forward from this particular match that they have just had. And right now we can see this is the last round, I believe, that we got to see, and the 1v1 between Sandy and the Hibana right there. Sandy knew he didn't even have to peek. The plant was going off. There was no time. It was either the Hibana gets off the diffuser and runs for it, or gets blown up by the C4. Unfortunately, option B was the only option that we got to see, and round 11 went to the side of Union Gaming. That's why UG have won their first match 7-4 against the side of TNA Valiance, and we'll be right back with another exciting game, ladies and gentlemen. That is Vanquish Paradox Gaming versus Bad Trip Esports on the map of Cafe. We'll be seeing you there with that game in just a quick minute. Stay tuned.
Running around.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with Fibernet and AFK Gaming. That's a lot of ands in one sentence. And I am your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Babagusa and our admin, Foxy, as we are here for the second game of Day 4 of Qualifiers. Batrip Esports taking on Vanquished Paradox Gaming on the map of Cafe Dostoevsky. A big game coming up to all of our screens in just a quick minute as we await Batrip Esports players, just coming in the lobby bit by bit. And we'll be taking you through the match when it does go live. But before that, we're just going to have a little bit of a chat, about this match, about the map, and about the teams that we have on hand. Batrip Esports, of course, we've known them for some time now. Vanquish Paradox, we've known them for some time now. Former Virtual 5 and currently one of the strongest teams out there in the South Asian circuit. Wouldn't you agree, Baba?
And I absolutely do agree, Jack. And we actually did see that, how well that they play Vanquish Paradox, especially. We actually did see them, go against Team Espada on our previous matchup on. I believe that was on the same map. Yes, it was on map Cafe Dostoevsky, where we actually did see Unknown Gamer and Nanny making those important plays. You know, they always have each other backs, especially on the side of attack. If one of their team goes down, you always have that instant trade-off in which they did it at the exact right movement. So most of the time on defense, yes, they have a little bit of problems dealing. They had a lot of problems dealing against Espada on defense, but in the end, there was, I believe, it was Nani who was playing as the mute, who was there to finally eliminate the important operators on the side of Team Espada. A really great effort being thrown in on Team Espada, but in the end, we actually did see Vanquish Paradox eliminating the entire team. Although we actually did see for the past, on the first half, we actually did see Espada only winning 2 rounds on defense, where Vanquish Paradox were also very powerful on attack, and it shows how much of team play, how much of coordination that they have on this specific team, and it shows more promise that they have a lot of ways to go. I mean, this is just the beginning of how well that they're going to perform, and that to going up against Batrip Esports is going to be a more of a challenge here, because how can I not forget about Dark Lord with a total of 24 kills on map Consulate, the most, the highest record in the TEC League, TEC League. To be honest, it was one of the most fantastic matches I've ever got to witness.
Mm-hmm.
And also Dash with the smoke plays. I believe yes, it was Dash with the smoke plays was incredibly also well on being passive, more patient enough, waiting for the attackers to come for the appear for the push in, but he will always be there prepping with the smoke canisters, waiting for the operators go for the plant and instantly make sure that he would get the defenders actually the attackers not being able to push in at the right amount of time. So it is a very interesting matchup that we ever going to witness. And yeah, many of the predictions, as I might like to call it, it is very difficult for me to witness it, because you do have Battery Esports. They've been winning quite a lot of matches, and also we have Vanquish Paradox, in which we actually did get to see it in the qualifiers matchup, eliminating Team Espada on map Cafe Dostoevsky. So I believe going on the second map yet again kind of feels like they've already been prepared. They've already got their warm up previously. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen for them.
Absolutely. Battery Esports, of course, just like you said, Baba, Dark Lord, the man himself, is going to be on stream today for all of our viewers to enjoy against the team of Vanquished Paradox. And this is going to be an insane game coming our way. But the last game that we had, Union Gaming versus TRNA Valiance, a rematch of Season 5 of the WD BLACK Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, the previous league that we had. That was a fantastic match. Unfortunately, Valiance lost to Union Gaming once again. They just couldn't pull through. Too many mid-round problems on the map of Clubhouse gave Union Gaming the win on 7-4 scoreline. Excuse me right there. As right now, the map is going to be Cafe that we are going to be heading towards in just a quick minute. I accidentally hit my mic right there. Vanquish Paradox, we did see them play on Cafe, just like Baba said, and Cafe is just one of those maps, it's not as heavily one-sided as some of the other maps in play in the competitive map pool, say Oregon, say Clubhouse, say Theme Park, But Vanquish Paradox, they did manage to win against Espada 7-4 a couple days ago, a couple nights ago, excuse me. And they're going to be looking to make a better performance over today. But Battery Esports, that's what they're up against. And Battery Esports, we know they can put up a good fight, definitely. We'll see if they put up an even better fight than the one Espada did a couple nights ago in just a quick minute, as it looks like there's a few issues that are happening with all the players joining the lobby. We'll be going live with the game very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, as right now, yeah, Cafe. I'm thinking maybe that we'll see the third floor bar side come up first and then first floor kitchen. Knowing both these teams, but knowing Vanquish Paradox, they could go for a first floor kitchen hold right off the bat. And who knows, maybe go for reading and maybe even go for mining. We don't really know. We did get to see Mining Room in that match versus Espada, but yeah, Mining Room is just one of those sites that you don't get to see a lot of. That's why I thought I might bring that up. Anyway, coming back to the point at hand, with VPG's history here, there is a chance that they could win it and excuse me, that there is a chance they could win it and take the entire match for themselves. But just like I said, Battery Esports, they are a force to be reckoned with and definitely not to be underestimated in the slightest. That is why you want to make sure that you are doing what you can to shut down Battery Esports before they get a hold of the map, get a hold of the defense, and just completely shut down the defenders before they can actually acclimate themselves to the situation at hand. Looks like we're going to have to take just a quick break due to some connection issues that are happening in the game right now, and we'll be right back with the match in just a quick moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to once again the caster screen. There we go. Sorry, I was looking for my pen. I seem to have lost it right underneath the mic. It was in a blind spot, unfortunately. But yeah, welcome back to the caster screen before the game of Vanquish Paradox and Batchup Esports can begin. We had to rehost the lobby, unfortunately, due to some issues with connectivity and whatnot. You know how it is. It's 2020. At this point, nothing really surprises us. But aside from all of that, Vanquish Paradox versus Battery Esports will be on your screen with the map of Cafe Dostoevsky very, very shortly. Not to worry, ladies and gentlemen, as just everything is just being set up in the back end. You know, it sometimes is like this. Everything's going well, and then it just sort of bugs out. You know, issues here and there. Unfortunately, we hope you guys understand, and again, our apologies for the delay in getting the match to your screens, as the lobby is being set up. It's been set up actually. Now we're just waiting on the players to come in. Once again, just like we said, Battery Esports, they have those players that we have seen in the last league. More specifically, Dash. The man can do some amazing plays for his team. Flame Blame, we've seen him do some fantastic clutches and 4Ks before. And of course, not to mention Dark Lord, the man with the highest number of kills, the highest KD ratio of any single match in the TEC League, previous and this one so far. We've only begun with the qualifiers of Season 1, so that is a record that could be broken. However, 24-6 is a record that is probably going to stand the test of time for quite a while, because in competitive Rainbow Six, 24-6, going 24-6 is huge. That is a big achievement for Dark Lord. And to this day, I just look back on that VOD in awe, as the man pulled off so many kills in that one match alone. Amazingly done for his team. Battery Esports definitely benefited greatly from having him in their roster. In the meanwhile, Vanquish Paradox, well, former Virtual 5, is there any more to say than that? They have been absolutely amazing, and with the recent roster inclusions that they have had, they have just gone from strength to strength and absolutely demolished enemies that have come against them. Sure, they had some trouble against Espada a couple of nights ago on the same map of Cafe Dostoevsky. They did manage to win right at the end. That's what really matters. In this situation, so to speak, because they were able to beat the team that was giving them a little bit of trouble. And that is why right now they are playing against BTE. BTE will be giving them a run for their money. Don't get us wrong. Excuse me right there. They will be giving them a run for their money. Don't get me wrong right here. But with the way Vanquish Paradox plays, with the way we know that they play, it's going to be an interesting sight to see if Battery Esports can pull off an even greater match against Vanquish Paradox than Espada did. Curiously enough, now that I think about it, Espada kind of set the stage against Vanquish Paradox, and now BTE, even though they themselves haven't played Espada on stream, they sort of have to outdo Espada's match the other day, you know, give Vanquish Paradox an even bigger run for their money as it goes. We're just waiting on the players from Vanquish Paradox to join in, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's a little bit of delay that all of us are going to have to put up with for the time being, as lobby hosting and bugs and issues and all that. It's just a little unfortunate. It is that year. So, yeah, we're just going to have to wait for a little bit longer with the caster cam, but hopefully not for too long, as all that's left is one player from the side of VPG, and we'll be in the match very, very shortly indeed. A fantastic game coming up between both these teams. I personally am very excited. So, before the match begins right here, Baba, any predictions on who you think might be the victor here?
Well, Jack, if you actually did see on the previous match where Vanquish Paradox go up against Team Espada on map Cafe Dostoevsky, I might actually have to go to Vanquish Paradox on this one, because I just have to check what kind of ban they have to go up with, either a Vamai ban on defense, or a who knows, there might be a Nomad ban on attack, just to make sure that if the defenders want more freedom when it comes to going for that, a run out from the train museum window or from the piano window. I mean, just like you saw it from the previous rounds up, a lot of defenders who actually took the side on third floor bar. There's always that one particular player. We actually did see. I guess it was either a Melusi or a Mute was holding that particular angle. I just don't remember that matchup, but I do remember those kills he was taking twice in a row. One was through when he was trying to rappel down from the window, and second, a beautiful C4 to get that particular kill. But hey, finally the wait is over, and we are here with the matchup. Bad Trip Esports going up against Vanquish Paradox on map Cafe Dostoevsky. Vanquish Paradox will be the one to go on defense, so let's see what kind of ban phase that they are going on to. So I'm not going to be that much surprised if they banned either a Thatcher, Nomad, Mira, or maybe I don't think a Mira would be that much efficient, but looks like Vanquish Paradox has decided to go for the decent bans, and that would be the Montaigne. Now, Montaigne, he is greatly known to provide cover for his teammates and also a great intel gathering operator. Even though if he is a shield operator, he actually proves to give great amount of intels. And just like I talked about it, the second ban comes in. The Thatcher will be banned, but Nomad will still be present, which means the freedom for the defenders, especially if the guys do think about going for a run out, will be way much more difficult for them. So they need to think with this one out through. So here comes another defend ban, and that would be Mira, who's going to be out for the game. Maybe the last one would be a Valkyrie ban. Let's hope that it would be. No, it's not. Looks like the Maestro will be banned. Yes, I do kind of agree, because you can actually, if the site is on third floor bar, most of the evil eye cams will be placed right on the piano room, and the second would be on the cigar hatch. I mean, most of the time we actually do call it as a new hatch, but since it's been quite a while Cafe Dostoevsky has got its rework, so it would be better to have a new name. So I'm just going to call it as the cigar hatch from now on. So without further ado, the first match will be underway, and third floor bar is going to be the side. It is going to be an interesting match. And yes, I actually do remember that I actually did say Dash was the one who was playing as the Smoke. I actually do want to apologize for that one, because it was Infernus, who is quite well renowned when it comes to playing as the anchor as well as the the greatest players. What can I say? I'm just a huge fan of Smoke, because I'm a Smoke main myself. I use gas canisters just to fend off the attackers rather than going in aggressively. And me as a Smoke main, seeing another Smoke main doing the aggressive part makes my mind just immediately gets blown out. Anyways, enough about me rambling about the Smoke mains, and let's just get focused on the first round. We're going to be seeing Ghosty playing as the Valkyrie. It shouldn't be that much of a big deal here. I believe he's going to be placing one of the Valkyrie cams from the bar, and I believe the second Valkyrie cam should be outside on the east balcony to provide some great intels for the attackers, just to make sure that if there are one specific operator who tries to go for a repel from the windows of the bar, the quick run out will be there to eliminate them, and also the white stairs window to make sure that Mello will be able to peacefully hold an angle from the piano room with this deployable shield, a lot of denials utilities from the Jaeger's ADSs, and also the Vermeis magnet needs to make sure that any explosives being used from the from the attackers will be instantly denied then and there. Just like I talked about it, Nomad with the air jab, she's going to be able to place one at both of the windows, which connects from the Strain Museum as well as the Red Stairs window. So I mean, that is one of the most overpowered ones, because one air jabs, two places, and it shouldn't be that much of a worry. And they can easily, however, repel without being able to worry about the roams being in place, so that they can focus on the flashbang to be thrown, denying a lot of ADSs as well as the Vermeis magnet nade. And just like I talked about it, a lot of pressure being used, quite interestingly, as I guess that was 2 smoke grenades. I just kind of didn't see that quite through. Maybe a flashbang, or I believe I might dream. As I was dreaming myself, I believe. Anyways, it's quite interesting to see that they are not going to hold an angle, but that breaching charge, well, a great timing coming in from Hyper Tushi as he eliminates Mello and gets the direct control on towards the cigar lounge. And now here comes the second problem, getting the control on Freezer, making sure they eliminate one so that they can go for a default plant. Ghosty, on the other hand, he's going to be holding on towards the pillars, making sure that if they try to, jump in from the new hatch, they can be able to take it out. I'm sorry, the cigar hatch. So when they try to push in, Valkyrie will be able to get a few of these easy kills. But if Unknown Gamer if Unknown Gamer loses the control on the side of Freezer, it will be very difficult for the defenders to hold on to that particular side. Meanwhile, you're going to be seeing Nostalgia playing the Shaiko spot, hopefully to get that angle proves to be quite useful, because you can be able to hold on both Piano as well as the Cigar entrance, but not on the Cigar balcony. And just as I was talking about it, Dark Lord, he's going to eliminate Unknown Gamer, an important player. And look at that, the plant comes in from Infernus as Nostalgia comes for the aggressive push in, but it is already too late. The diffuser has been planted, and it all goes down to Nani. We've seen him play multiple times around Espada, making important clutches. Will he be able to make it again? Nani pushing in from the piano room, sees the head of Hypertushi, and he will eliminate. He gets the double kill, and now he just needs to worry about Dash, who's playing from the Cigar. He's having a little bit of problems going for the vault in, but he will be there no matter the cost. Now there is one player from the Cigar balcony, and Dash is going to play this very passively. Goes to the push in with the AK-74M. It has a lot of magazine capacity, but it has a decent fire rate as well. Nani comes for the push in, sees him, goes for the pre-fire yet again, but the time is what Nani is going to lose against. And just like that, Battle Esports will win their first round on attack against Team Vanquish Paradox. Again, we're going to be seeing a high five being done from both of the teams. Really, it's actually quite nice timing, as I might like to call it. Both of them meeting together, be like, all right, yeah, it was well played, it was good played, and just like that, they're going to win their first round on attack. Let's I guess we are going to see that yet again from the Act Fabernet's instant replay. What a great hold coming in from Dash, knowing the fact that it is 1v1, it is a post-plan situation. It would be best to just hold rather than losing to a gunfight. So with that, round 2 will be in play, and Team Battery Esports is in the lead.
Well, unfortunately for the side of Vanquish Paradox, their first round was not quite as didn't quite go as well as they planned, and they're going to make some quick adjustments to make sure that Battle Esports don't get away with getting in and getting the plant off, because oh boy, that was very quick from the side of BTE. They got that first kill and they hustled their way into sight and managed to get the plant off while protecting with the C4 from below that I believe the Valkyrie Ghosty was going for on second floor. That was denied instantly, and it was quickly down to a 1v3, all down to the last man standing. Nani could not do much about that situation at all. Once again, the Wamai will be setting up on Dark Spot. Barbed wires will be placed all over. The rotations are being made by the smoke as reinforcements, are going to be made by, well, are going to be made by the rest of the team. The Malusi and, you know, a little bit from Smoke himself, Unknown Gamer, a little bit from Mellow as he sets up his Wamai magnets. Whoever has the time to do it and doesn't need to make a gazillion rotation holes as the Smoke usually needs to. We've got Banshees being set up by Nostalgia. That's an interesting one on the white stairs, or white corridor door of Dark Spot where the Wamai sits. It's to protect utility, of course. That piece of utility is going to be protected for quite a long time. However, given everything that given everything that we are probably going to see, the amount of utility that's going to be dumped inside a piano, I don't know about that Banshee just yet. Maybe there's a plan, but Dash is going to stop Ghosty from doing anything this round and take him out early. That's a big drop from the side of BTE. VPG have lost a big man, and that is, oh, the Jaeger. He saw the head, he came back, and he takes it. Oh, what a shot. Coming out from Nani, he takes 2. Double kill for him, and this time he's not allowing the second floor roam clear to get away with these kills, ladies and gentlemen. He has found 2, but he's being wall banged right now because of his position being given away, and Dash will be the one to shut him down. Refrag for those 2 kills on Flame Blame and Dark Lord. Big strides being made by both teams right now as it's down to a 3v3, a much closer situation than it was just a minute ago, excuse me. And no one is really in the lead for the time being. Speaking of time, it's slowly running away. Minute 20 remaining on the clock for Battle Esports, and with only 3 players remaining, they'll have to try and do a different approach. They're probably pushing in from red stairs, won't work out. Potentially that's being watched by Vanquish. It already is, of course. They've got those Valve cameras and everything else, intel and utility in place. excuse me, right there, to shut down a potential push. Flashbangs are coming out. They're going to be caught by Wamai Magnus. There's more being thrown in, and the Wamai is going to pull back Mello. He's going to throw his third magnet inside of that dark spot area just to shut down any breaching rounds coming his way, as none have so far. 45 seconds or less remaining as Battery Esports, they're slowly losing the plot right now, trying to push in, and there's a lot of damage done onto Hypertishi. Will he survive this? Just barely for the time being. Mello doesn't take any damage whatsoever. The pre-fire does not save him. He does take a little bit of shots, but still is alive, and he actually downs one. That is the Ash off the board. Not just yet, though. Dash is now low on HP as well. The Rhino comes out, and it will find the head of Dash, but before, oh, that's a little too late from Infernus. He tried to get Mello down before the kill could be confirmed, but a little too late. But doesn't even matter because he's the last man standing against two very angry defenders. Tries to go into cold, finds one. He needs to find the last one. Only 8 bullets remaining. He wants to go for the plant. He doesn't have time. 1 second, and he will not get it off in time. Vanquish Paradox will hold off the side of Batrep Esports even after that mid-round chaos that we got to see. Let's have a quick look at that in the Act Fibernet instant replay right here. The first kill was confirmed onto the Valkyrie, but then it was the Jaeger show for just a quick minute, taking those kills left and right. This beautiful shot outside of Reading Room door just credit where credit is due. Absolutely amazing from the side of Vanquish Paradox Gaming. They held on to that site as hard as they could, and they managed to get away with it. But looks like Dark Lord has a little bit of a issue. He's left the game. And we're just waiting to see if Battery Esports are going to call for a rehost any second now, as Kaid will be 6-10 for the Warden from the side of VPG. Of course, that means a site change, seeing as they've won third floor bar. They're going to go to first floor kitchen, the other best site of Cafe Dostoevsky. There we go. Rio's call is in from Dash and Flame Blame. Battery Esports are looking for the Rios, and we will be going into the rehost right here, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize for that, but we'll have to go into a quick rehost because of this disconnect, and the match will resume in just a quick second as... yeah, you know how it is. Disconnections happen. They happen all the time. And we've seen this before. Dark Lord, he's disconnected quite a lot. Nothing against him, of course. He's a fantastic player in all true sense of the word. And hopefully he can rejoin as fast as possible. It's probably going to be about 5 minutes at best that we have to sit in the caster cam area for. And nothing too long for all of our viewers to... not enjoy, shall we say. But 2 rounds have already gone, 2 rounds have already happened, excuse me, and 2 very exciting rounds. Baba, any insight on these 2 rounds that we've just had?
I mean, first things first, I do have to appreciate Nani getting those 2 important kills. That gave the attackers the less amount of utility to throw at the piano room. That's where the ADSs and all the Vamai's magnet nades were being used. So they need more utilities to take out one specific deployable scene. And I have to give a lot of appreciation to the Vamai. I believe, I guess it was... the another operator who was playing. I'm just trying to reload back and check who was that. It was Mello who was playing as the Vamai. A brilliant use of his MP5 submachine gun and also the Rhino to even confirm the kill. And Infernus, Enfi. Sorry, I believe, is there more than Infernus or Enfi? Because we've had a lot of players with the username named as Infernus, Enfi, and then EX7, MI7 from Team Mercenaries. It's a lot of username that we might get confused on, but I guess it was Infernus. Nope, not Infernus. It was yep, it is Infernus. It was Infernus. So yeah, according to the ban phase, let's just talk about the ban phase, Jack. We have the Montaigne, Thatcher, Mira, and Maestro. Now, for a moment there, we thought a Nomad would be in ban, and that's why I would say Nomad is considered to be one of the most overpowered operators when it comes on the map Cafe Dostoevsky. So banning Monty would give the attackers the opportunity to make sure that they won't be able to go for that aggressive push out. But a Nomad in the hands of Dash, now that is devastating for them. But there might be a little bit of changes. Who knows? We actually did see Unknown Gamer playing as the Nomad on the previous match against Team Espada, and he was performing really well. And that too with the ARX 2000 rifle which has a less magazine capacity but more fire rate than the AK, and he actually does it in such a great style. I do have to appreciate how well he plays on the side of attack, but on defense they were a little bit quite shaky on round one, as we actually did see you know when the attackers were trying to gain control on the piano room. Next thing you know, there's an Ash breaching charge followed up with the kills. And yeah, with the yeah, talking about on sorry, talking about on the first round on third floor bar, BTE winning was also really good. And then next thing you know, on the second round, where they picked the third floor bar yet again, BPG recovered it in such a great fashion. Now, I do have to appreciate how well that these defenders had got through with some great adaptations, especially Nani, who was playing from the reading room, and it was quite unexpected, to be honest. At the first pick, he actually saw the head of the IQ. Most of the time, players would actually think, I think, what, I see the head of the IQ. Maybe it's actually better to just fall back instead. No, that's not the case for Nani. He just pushes it back again, gets the headshot. Next thing you know, he gets another by pushing in from the pillars. Wow, that was really good. And also, Dash was there with the instant refrag just by going for a beautiful wall bang right from the pillars wall. A really great place coming in for them. And yeah, looking by the the predictions, as I actually did say that VPG might have a higher chance of winning against BTE, and I will stand by it till now.
Well, we'll find out what happens in this match, ladies and gentlemen, in a quick minute, as we are, of course, almost back with the game. We're just waiting on the players to join in nice and quickly, hopefully without hopefully without much delay. Once again, we do apologize for that, but as I've said before, it is what it is at this point. But coming back to the game at hand, Vanquish Paradox, they did well in that second round. But once again, that mid round, it seems to be something that it seems to be a trend right now, that the mid round sees a collapse more often than not of teams and the way they've stacked up. And certainly, most teams will be able to get out of that issue that they seem to find themselves, as they usually do in the match itself. Their mid round improves drastically between the first few rounds, and the ending rounds. So who knows? Maybe Vanquish Paradox will be able to make amends for this situation that they found themselves in just a while ago. And same goes for WD Esports, of course. Losing those two bodies to the Jaeger. The first one was just pure skill right there. Outplayed. That second one, however, didn't need to be lost the way it did. Peeking pillars, Jaeger should, honestly, if you ask me, shouldn't have gotten that kill at least that easily. There should have been some fight back. There wasn't. But looks like we're going to be going into the game right now, ladies and gentlemen, to find out the kind of adaptations that are going to be made between both of these teams. Excuse me, right there, on the map of Cafe, as round 3 is here, and the score is 1-1, going into first floor kitchen service and kitchen cooking. It's going to be same site, same ops as, the round did already, excuse me, right there, was already underway, and that's why they have to pick those same sites, the same site and the same ops. Ace will be in play, this time from Infernus, as Melusi will be from Ghosty. And looks like Nostalgia is going to say switch out, like he did the last time, out of the Warden into the Kaid. Looks like everything is set and ready, and we're going to be moving into the prep phase for round 3, ladies and gentlemen. Back from the rehost right now with fresher minds and fresher aims and strategies and whatnot. Rehosts, sometimes they give teams time to convene, just gather together and make sure that they have everything, all of their strategies, all of their little intels there. Excuse me, right there. All of their intel in play and whatever observations they made about the enemy team, but they only get one rehost per match, and I guess multiple rehosts would be a little bit of a weird thing to see for a game, but jokes aside, one rehost per match, that means Batch of Esports have used up theirs, and Vanquish Paradox are the only ones right there who have any sort of rehost left, outside of any admin rehosts that need to be called, of course. We've got the white corridor setup right here coming in for Smoke. He's got 2 ADSs to work with and a line of sight from Cold Room on the white stairs area, should anybody be pushing down the white stairs from second floor. Meanwhile, Bakery only has Jaeger in there. No deployable shields from the looks of things. Nani is going to be sitting there alone without any shield support. And ADS to help him out in this situation and not much else, as I don't think this is supposed to be a setup he'll hold for too long. As there we go, Zofia with a lifeline is going to be burning out the ADS. It's already gone, and now flashbangs are free to fly. There's one, there's going to be two, and is there a third? Not quite yet. There's also a push coming in from Small Bakery that the Jaeger has heard, the window being broken. Of course, Nostalgia is here to support him in this endeavor, watching that Small Bakery door, while the Jaeger is going to have to be the one that peeks anybody entering from the big bakery door. Shots are being fired already. Nostalgia trying to find some drones right now. There's a rappel up to the second floor coming out from Dark Lord. He wants to make sure that all the roamers are cleared out as soon as possible right now. Sooner there. And yeah, it's a little bit of a standstill given the situation, but both teams, they know exactly what they have to do, and they're setting up the execution, which is what really matters right now. You want to make sure your setup goes off flawlessly so that the execution can happen flawlessly. That's what really matters. Dark Lord, interestingly enough, deciding to hold down the main reception door, but there's somebody already inside of a big bakery. Nanny knows this. The flashbang came in, and that is Hypertushi, the Ash, who has a good angle. There's the Sophia pushing in as well. There's two of them on the big bakery door right now, but Nemelo's going to start things out by finding Dark Lord. That's a big drop. The IQ is off the board. There goes one head as well from the Jaeger. Beautiful shot from him. As more shots are being fired, that's Nostalgia for support. Finding one more. As, oh boy, Flame Blame barely gets out of that alive, but more shots are being fired, and there goes the Sophia, and Dash will be the last one to fall. Vanquish Paradox holding down without issue. A flawless run comes out from them, as we're going to have a quick look at that on the Act 5-minute instant replay right here. What a play coming out from the team. Vanquish Paradox knowing exactly what Batship Esports were trying to go for, reading them like a book, and then giving them no quarter, taking them down, one by one, and eventually a flawless round victory coming out from VPG as they take the lead 2-1 going into round 4.
Well, that was a great trap being established from BPG, and they even had a good amount of crossfires, especially Nani, who was holding on the side of Bakery, and then we have Mello, who was holding from Small Bakery, and also the Kaid, who was playing in the prep room, as I'd like to call it. It was a great crossfire angle being established, and Mello he just peeks in, sees the intel, and all he had to do was just go for the pre-fire, and eventually gets one. A really great place, an impressive plays coming on the side of VPG, as round 4 will be in play, and they will be defending on second floor reading room. So in the next round, we might be able to see Team Vanquish Paradox defending on third floor bar yet again. Known for the fact that they've only lost only once against Bad Trip Esports when they were defending on third floor bar, with an excellent display of the attack coordination being displayed from them, catching Vanquish Paradox off guard. But this time, since the site is on a reading room and fireplace hall, not as likely as the site of Train Museum, in which it used to be, used most of the time when it was, before the rework. And since after the rework, this site has been most used on the side of defenders, knowing that, you could, however, go for a quick rotate from the cocktail balcony right from below the pillars and immediately get those important kills. So for the attackers, all they need to do is get clearance from the cocktail lounge and then immediately go downstairs for the plant, or they could just, make sure that there is one attacker playing on the cigar balcony hatch, hold an angle, and then wait for them to just play as the baiting game. But for now, Nostalgia will be holding on the cocktail lounge with the deployable shield, and I believe 2 or 3 ADS is being placed just to make sure that none of those breaching charges will be there to immediately destroy the deployable shield. As Ghosty, with the pulse, that cardiac sensor proves to be quite efficient, because he will be able to relay that information to his teammates, because there is more than 3 players currently being present on the west side of the balcony. Nani, he's going to be playing on the ready room corridor, making sure that if there is any operator pushing in directly from the stairs, he can be able to take this one out. It's going to be a moment till that head pops out, but it's not going to work out for them, as Pulse will be able to take one, but an instant refrag comes in as Hypertushi gains the control of Train Museum. So with that, I believe their control is to make sure that they get the site of Fireplace Hall as best as they can, go for the plant, and shouldn't be much of a problem for Battery Esports. But Unknown Gamer, who's playing also very close, they have those rotation holes being made, and that to a vault rotation. All he has to do is just throw a C4 at the right time, get this perfect kill. But unfortunately, with Unknown Gamer playing on the side of Reading Room, it's going to be very difficult for them to relay that intel and hopefully get those important kills. Alibi, on the other hand, playing on the balcony of Cigar Room, hopefully getting those important kills and using that bailiff to her advantage, making a floor to vertical position just to make sure that if they're pushing in, they can be able to get that perfect frag. Unknown Gamer missing the shot of the SMG-11 might cause a lot of problems, but with enough hold, they only have to hold out for 30 seconds. Make sure that they don't get the control of the Fireplace Hall as best as they can. And looks like it is working out quite well for them. Smoke plant coming in from Infernus. A really great timing of the sprint as Flame Dream gets the life of Nani. C4 even being taken out, and Infernus 1 second away to confirm the plant. And now it's a post-plant situation here. Unknown Gamer eliminating Flame Flame, but Infernus is here to eliminate Mellow, which leads down to Unknown Gamer and Nostalgia all by themselves, and no ammo with the SMG-11. So he needs to trust with the shotgun as Infernus gets another kill. And Unknown Gamer, goes down from none other than Infernus. Triple kill with his name as they will win their 4th round of attack on 2nd floor Reading Room. An impressive place and also quite cunning of Infernus. We actually did see him going for the plant, and instead of sticking hit, he decides to fall back, baiting out the C4. Then he goes back in, goes for the plant out, and just like that, he even had the holdouts from the IQ instantly eliminating the mute, giving him the opportunity to go for the plant, and just like that they got it. And with that instant replay, a well played from the team of Battery Esports, they're going to equalize the round as we progress to round 5, 3rd floor bar. As just as I was talking about, the side is going to be on 3rd floor bar, and 6 pick from Unknown Gamer to Legion to Smoke. From Legion to Smoke.
The smoke being brought into play from Unknown Gamer definitely is something you will always want to do. Just in general, Smoke is a fantastic area denial and clear operator. And his shotgun SMG combo has been a mainstay of Rainbow Six for a long time. And it's pretty much synonymous with the game at this point. As we all know, you hear a shotgun and an SMG, the first thing you think is Smoke is probably sitting somewhere, posted up, waiting to peek somebody, catch some heads before they can get into sight. That's at least my thought process of whenever I hear those guns. Early days in the game, so going up against Smoke players, ooh, that was a nightmare. But anyway, coming back to the point at hand, the match at hand, that is. 3rd floor bar, we're almost on the action phase right here. The Melusi back in play, so is the Ace, as is to be expected. Both very powerful operators in their own rights, especially when paired up with the right teammates in their respective roles. The Nomad is going to be in play this time once again from Dash. We've seen this time and time again, of course. Nomad, an operator that is constantly, either picked or banned because she just is that much of a good operator to shut down and control sections of the map with her air jabs. Curiously enough, something I do, think about a lot is Gridlock. She serves a similar function with her track stingers. She gets 3 of them as well and can shut down flanks very well, but is a very slept-on operator, I would say. Gridlock, I'd like to see her played a little bit more often, but we'll see if that happens or not, as Y Magnets are going to be catching utilities thrown into Piano. Mellow, he's literally backed into a corner, but that's on his own volition, of course, as he's got the door to escape from should he need to. 2 more Y Magnets and potentially a couple of ADS charges remaining on his, right next to him for that matter. Battery Esports did well in the last round. Their mid-round adaptations were great, but they'll need to continue doing that because right now I'm looking to see if Vanquish Paradox are doing any mid-round adaptations of their own. Oh dear me, that's a lot of utility that's been taken out by that Womai Magnet exploding right there. And along with, of course, whatever it caught, probably a breaching charge or an impact nade from either Ash or Zofia. That got rid of the other pieces of utility that were in there. Very unfortunate for the side of, for the side of VPG. But Melo is still alive, and that's what really matters in this situation. Time is being wasted because no defender bodies have dropped. That is making BTE very anxious right now, and Vanquish Paradox have done well not to get taken by surprise. But there we go. The Ace Selma breaches are coming out on the hard wall of Piano, facing into Bar. That's one of the plan spots right there that he will be looking, right there, that he'll be looking to make use of right now. Also, one Selma breach on making a line of sight towards Cold Room. Gas grenade goes out on the white stairs door, white corridor door. As an Ash Charge will take care of the shield inside of Cold Room nice and quickly. Done, but there's Ghosty. He's found one. That is Dash on the board. Big drop right there as the Nomad will go down, leaving the C4 from below. Still an option, but no, the Sophia swings in, finds the refrag onto Ghosty, and the Jaeger and Unknown Gamer goes down to Infernus. Oh my, what just happened? As the bodies are dropping left, right, and center. Darklord has a triple kill right now, and there goes Nostalgia. He took down Flame Blame only a second ago, and only to be refragged by Hypertushy to finish off the round. The late round side push coming out from the side of Bat Trip Esports. Fantastic from them on the attack as they will win round 5, consolidating their hold and making a near flawless execution, losing only, 2 bodies in the process. Very, very well done, as third floor bar will be the side of choice from VPG. Once again, we can see the replay, or we were seeing the replays for a quick second. I forgot to call it out, ladies and gentlemen. But we are going to be going back to third floor bar and cocktail lounge. There's a couple of 6-picks coming out from both teams as well. And that's a very interesting 6-pick from the attackers I'm looking at that I'll let Baba take over from this point out for.
Well, I do have to, address the mistake that Melo did when he was playing as the Wamai. He placed more for around 3 to 4 Wamai's magnet nades right on the left side of the, not non-breachable wall of Piano Room, in which it would have been better for him to place all of his Wamai magnet nades at the chandelier or at the other place. But if you do want me to be the devil's advocate here, I actually do want to say that he was trying to make sure that since, Flame Blade was playing as the IQ, all IQ had to do was to just use the IQ scanner and remove some of the utilities that Wamai had. So I guess maybe Melo was trying to make sure that since IQ was present on the side of attackers, it would be best for him to place his Wamai's magnet nades to at a hard breachable position where the IQ won't be able to use her weapon to immediately eliminate it. But using it, just like I said, using it at the chandelier would be the best option here, because we already did see the Zophia's impact needs eliminating not only just the Wamai's magnet needs, but also the deployable shield, in which I would actually wanted to point it out as a mistake. But, since I actually wanted to become, I actually wanted to balance it out, I actually did, gave a little bit of defense on the side of Melo, but I'm not going to be talking more about that, as round 6 will be in play. Third floor bar is going to be a site, and this time we'll be able to see whether if Bat Trip Esports will continue their reign of terror or will Vanquish Paradox exceeds their expectations here. We're going to be seeing 2 want of repair, and also I do actually wanted to point it out that Flamebeam actually made a 6-pick to the Yings, so I believe a heavy aggressive push will be in play. The only problem is we actually get to know whether he's going to use the Candelas as a form of utility denial, or he's going to use it for an heavy aggressive push here. Already 1 drop down being appeared as Melo is going to eliminate Flame Blame. Yikes, that would immediately eliminate the heavy aggressive push, as 2 of the smoke grenades being used to, make sure that he won't be able to go for that pre-fire yet again from that deployable shield. But it is quite sad, as Melo actually went for, I think that was a pre-fire to immediately eliminate Flamebrain right from the window, as we're going to be seeing a lot of a barrage of flashbang being disposed on the Piano Room, making sure that if there's any other ADSs or a magnetes being used, and I believe that is the deployable shield being taken out. There you go. Another Ash breaching charge to give access from the third floor bar. Instead of going inside of Cigar, it would be best for him to go for the Piano Room, but still needs to be careful because there is a shotgun main being present on the bathroom near door. Here comes the push, and heavy aggressive push, and Hypotushi almost about to get killed, but he actually was safe for now. He's going to fall back for now, knowing for the fact that there is a heavy shotgun player being present on the bathroom, so it would be best for him to just lay back and just hold for the angle for now. Unknown gamer tries to go for, he was going to be very aggressive, but decides to use the smoke gas canisters to make sure that they won't go for the push. But here comes the plan from Infernus as Mello takes another kill. That is the dash off the board as Infernus will complete his plan. A post-plan situation comes in as all the attackers tries to scatter around. And with that, Mello playing also very close on the side of bar. He needs to stick the plant, and they only have 33 seconds left to do so. The attackers relocated as Dark Lord gains the angle from the skylight. This is not going to go well as Nostalgia goes for the defuse, but they won't be able to see the guy on Sunlight. He actually does, I believe, as Unknown Gamer takes the life of Hypotushi. There's only 0 seconds left. They're gonna do it! Oh my goodness, what was that? Unknown Gamer was holding the angle right from the skylight stress. He even predicted that was going to happen, eliminating him in the process. What just happened? What just happened?
Well then, what a counter defuse coming out right there from the Kaid, just holding it down, knowing that his teammate is going to give him the cover, and that was amazing coming out from the side of Vanquish Paradox to give themselves an equalizer, ladies and gentlemen. Going into round 7, Rollsaw, beautifully done indeed. As now, VPG are going to be attacking and BTE are going to be defending. We're headed back to third floor bar for the 3rd time in a row right now, but I'm pretty sure nothing is about to top that beauty of a play coming out from Vanquished Paradox Gaming. And oh boy, what a match it was. What a round it was, excuse me. I'm saying match like as if that was the end of it all, but it isn't. It's only just begun. 3-3 is the scoreline, and round 7 is underway. Dark Lord, he's got the Mozzie in play. He's going to be trying to cast those attacker drones, as many of them as he can, of course, because we all know Intel is king when it comes to Rainbow Six Siege, and you want to have as much of it as you can. That's what the Valkyrie is in play in conjunction with Dark Lord's Mozzie. So that's 3 cams from Valkyrie, 3 black eye cameras, and potentially 3 drones from the Mozzie. That is a lot. Excuse me right there. A lot of intel, ladies and gentlemen. If all that intel is played properly from BTE, then Vanquish Paradox will be facing a very hard time indeed in getting their plays in this round. Speaking of which, speaking of Vanquish Paradox, action phase is already in play, and Ghosty, he's on the Ash, as it were, he's gonna make sure that all those utilities are taken care of, and then, of course, he gets to just frag out of his mind as the round continues. Mello, in the meanwhile, looks like he's searching for Valkyrie cameras. That is what it should be. Valkyrie cameras have been thrown out. The windows are open for that specific reason. And Flame Blame, he's probably hidden those cameras nicely. And now there's a call to watch the White Stairs door. That's a potential, peak spot for defenders all the time, especially when there's somebody repelling the south piano window, shall we say. Holding it down, Mello, he's going to actually drone it out for himself just to make sure that nobody's actually there on the stairs for the time being, so that he can be relieved of his duty and go do something else for, clear some other utility, or maybe even find some defender heads for the time being. Excuse me right there. As Ghosty's going to drop down the red stairs hatch, and Smoke, he's made the rotate into bathroom. That's been spotted out. Nanny on the white corner window rappel. He's got a grenade in. He's going to throw it, but he's not going to find anyone just yet. There's a drone taking over, but unfortunately that's right under Ash's nose. So Ghosty will take care of that drone nice and quickly. In the meanwhile, Piano's been breached, and that is the thermite breach. Nostalgia making sure that those entryways are cleared as quickly as possible. 1 minute remains. That's 60 whole seconds that Vanquish Paradox have. And Natty finally with the grenade. He's going to find Dash. That's a big drop right there. The Malusi goes down. And unfortunately for that BTE, they've lost a big player in this situation. But they've still got 2 whole C4s in Flame Blame and Dark Lord. And then there's Infernus with the smoke. And Hypertushi with the 416C of the Jaeger. There's still 2 players down below as well. One by Fireplace and one by Library. Ghosty knows this. He's trying to get these kills. And as Infernus finds one that's mellow off the board, a big drop for the side of VPG. But it's still 4 versus 4. But no, make that 3 versus 4. Unknown Gamer finds Hypertushi. That's a big drop as well. As that is your Jaeger up the board. C4 comes out. It's not going to connect onto anybody. But that's given away Mozzie's position to the Ash, who will be taken down from the other side by Mozzie. Ghosty was trying to find Valkyrie, but the Mozzie was one to take the kill. There's the diffuser. Nostalgia's trying to get in, but there's another C4 and the confirm. With only 2 seconds remaining, the kills need to be found. Will they be? They will not. And the plant will not go down in time as well. Backtrip Esports knowing full well where the side of Vanquish Paradox are coming from, will be taking them down one by one, as it is 4-3 now in their favor going into round 8.
Man, the stakes are high enough, and Backtrip Esports is making sure that they would take anything possible to make sure that they would get the win as best as they can. We actually did see a lot of C4s being used. The Valkyrie C4, the Mozzie C4 with the P10 Ronin, surprisingly. Even though we actually did see Ash trying to eliminate the Valk, but Mozzie was there to save his life. And yep, that was an incredible matchup coming in from Backtrip Esports, and a great start on defense on round 7. Round 8 will be in play. First floor kitchen is going to be the site. Now, we've actually did seen quite a lot of matches in Cafe Dostoyevsky where some of the players might lose on attack on third floor bar and they win on first floor kitchen. Sometimes it actually goes the other way. First floor kitchen might not go in the favor of the defenders, and on third floor bar the defenders might be able to win it out. But since Backtrip Esports have successfully won on third floor bar without having any problems, losing quite good enough of time. Let's see how well that they're going to be making. Let's see how well that they're going to be defending on first floor kitchen. Will it be a flawless win, or will it be the same, opposite that I was talking about for the past I wouldn't say 2 minutes. I would say like around 30 to 40 seconds. But anyways, action phase will be in play. We're going to be seeing 2 of the ADSs being placed on the kitchen service. That is where most of the time we'd see the amount of plants coming in, but whoa, what just happened here? Dark Lord with an instant spawn pick right from the piano window. Actually, I don't think that's a piano window. That would be right from the hatch, as he eliminates Ghosty, and another C4, a pre-placed C4, just to make sure that if any of the operators try to jump in from the hatch without even noticing, that C4 would be a very devastating play for them, knowing with the fact that Dark Lord has the cam to even confirm the location. C4 comes in. Oh my goodness! It actually works out for them. Mello is down. Already 2 kills in the hand of Dark Lord. My oh my, what an impressive play, and already 2 kills down. 2 players down, as I might like to call it, on the side of Vanquish Paradox. Oh wow, that was a huge blow. That I did not expect it to see that coming here. Dark Lord using each and every intel and utilities at his disposal, eliminating 2 of the important operators on the side of Team Vanquish Paradox. They are having a lot of problems, and quite surprisingly, not even a man down on the side of Team Backtrip Esports here. Thermite, he's going to be using his exothermic charges to use. He's just going to open up the hatches. Quite interestingly, he's just going to be placing it right from the soft walls rather than placing it from the hard breach, because it is, if he do use his exothermic charge, it will be destroyed immediately. As Nani, he's going to be doing his workout, using his breaching hammers to open up the floors, making sure that if there's any operator being present right from below, they can be able to take it out. And quite surprisingly, BTE, they don't worry about it, but they do have to worry about it as Unknown Gamer go for a repetitive pre-fire, eliminating Dark Lord, the man who actually got those 2 early kills will be down for now. Infernus will also be taking a little bit of tag right from above, so he really needs to be careful, as we're going to be seeing Melusi playing on the default plant of the B site, as Nostalgia will be here to use his another exothermic charges to open up the walls of the freezer. He's going to take out the default cam. Still has a little bit of problems because he still needs to be careful of the remaining defenders who's just going to be holding up an angle. So he's just going to rely on his teammates just to make sure that when he goes for the exothermic charges, there won't be any run out. But quite importantly, they really need to be careful because they only have 15 seconds left as Hypertushi is down on the bar side. Infernus is still present. Boy, heavy push in. SMG-11 in his hand. Will he be able to get that kill yet again? A little pre-fire won't be able to work out. They only have 5 seconds left. Unknown Gamer with 2 kills in his name. They have control on Bakery, but they don't have the side control just yet. And just like that, Battery Esports with another flawless win on First Floor Kitchen, as they will win round 8 on First Floor Kitchen. Let's take a look at that in Fibernet's instant replay. What a play from Dark Lord, and what an extreme hold from Batrip Esports. And unfortunately, looks like we're going to be going for a rehost yet again, this time from Team Vanquished Paradox Gaming here. What? Oh my goodness. Plays by plays. A lot of action coming in from both the teams. And my God, what a play, man. I'm surprised. I have absolutely no idea what kind of plays this BT is going to do now, and I have absolutely zero idea what Unknown Gamer is going to do for now, because we actually did see that amazing defuse coming in where Kali was, sorry, not the Kali, the Kaid going for the default. But I just cannot believe I just keep messing it up again, Jack. I mean, seriously, Kali,
Happens to the
Kaid.
best of us, Baba. Happens to
I
the
mean,
best of us.
just imagine me say Kali uses a C4. Next, imagine out of nowhere, the audience are going to be like, "What? When did Kali had a C4?" I mean, seriously, Baba, what is wrong with you? Anyways, as I was talking about an SMG 11 right from the third floor bar through from the skylight. I mean, how does he do that? How does he do that? No one has ever done that in the history of Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, seriously, who ever does that? I'm still speechless, and I mean, going bonkers right now, and I don't even know what to even talk about it. I mean, the only thing that I can talk about is that amazing defuse coming in at the end of the first half, where Unknown Gamer immediately, it was just like basically a meme where you said, "Call the doctor, but not for me." With the well, it was amazing, dude. It was amazing to see.
Absolutely.
But yes, and also to be honest, on the side of Bad Trip Esports, they did, however. They are doing extremely well on the side of defense, winning on round 7 and on round 8, especially Dark Lord with first the run out, and second of all, the pre-play C4 being used, and he timed it so damn well. He actually got those 2 early frags, and then next thing you know, he just got picked off right from below when Sledge was using his breaching hammer to get those important kills. But my God, that was a lot of action, and my God, I really can't wait what's Vanquish Paradox and Battery Esports both have in their pockets. Maybe a C4 out of nowhere, maybe a run out, or maybe some another place coming in. I believe a clash is not being banned, so maybe we might be able to see another a clash play. I mean, I actually do want to remember the time on First Floor Kitchen. So yeah, coming up to the band phase, yeah, Monty, Thatcher, Mira, and Maestro. Yeah, I was just talking about that when if yeah, talking about the ban phase, just like I said, since Clash is not banned, the Valkyrie is not banned. They've using Valkyrie quite a lot. We've, however, did not see a Mozzie being picked out. We actually did see Dash playing as the Mozzie, as he saved the life of Valk, as he eliminates the Ash right from the fire. I would say from the train museum. It was very well played from them.
Absolutely. It was absolutely well played from the side of Battery Esports. Again, just holding for time, really. They don't have to do too much. All they need to do is waste time in the mid round, and in the late round, they have to make sure that they don't get completely wiped out by Vanquish Paradox's inevitable push coming in. And that is what they've done twice successfully, once on third floor bar and once on first floor kitchen. It is absolutely amazing to see the kinds of plays that we're getting to see from both teams, but Battery Sports have definitely done better so far. Excuse me, right there. So far in this match, and it should be very interesting to see how they continue going forward from here, as Vanquish Paradox will have had time, thanks to this rehost, to convene, just talk to each other, their teammates, where are they going wrong? That's what they really need to see, and that is what we are gonna find out, what kind of adaptations they've made in between rounds, because they desperately need to make those. It is 5-3 in favor of Batship Esports. They are on the verge of running away with this game. 1 round away from match point and 2 rounds from the victory, while VPG are 2 runs away from equalizing. This, before the match began, I was talking about VPG being given an even tougher fight than they had against Espada a couple of days ago. Well, they're not only getting a tougher fight, they've so far lost a major bit of the battle, but the war is not yet lost, ladies and gentlemen. It is far from over, so to speak. We could even be looking at overtime if things continue to progress the way they have so far. Cafe Dostoevsky is just one of those maps where things continue to go on and on and on, and it's one of those maps where we get to see overtime quite a bit. It just is. It's a very good map. Mostly, again, not as one-sided towards defenders as a Clubhouse or Theme Park. Theme Park is just overly one-sided, but yeah, it's a fantastic map, fantastic match, fantastic teams. It's amazing to be here casting this game, shall we say, and we're just looking forward to more and more coming out from both teams right now, as we're just waiting on this Rios, of course, to come in. In just a quick minute, we did talk about some of the highlights that we had from the match. Specifically, this one thing that constantly sticks out is that counter defense. You cannot, even after going back, after the matches are over, of course, after the stream's done, going back on VODs, I know for a fact that I'll be looking exactly at what even particular rounds, shall we say. You might even see them in a highlights reel later on at the end of the week. Who knows? We'll definitely keep you guys updated on that in our socials of the Esports Club on Facebook and Instagram. Do make sure to follow us there and subscribe to the channel. Some YouTuber stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. But it is, you just have to do these things as a caster sometimes, just to buy time in these situations where we're not in a BRB screen. It's just us talking, me and Baba just having a good time chilling. Foxy in the background. I mean, he can't really speak on stream per se because he's hosting, but I'm pretty sure he's having a grand old time as well, at least for the time being. Regardless, we'll be back with the match.
I can actually speak, and yes, I am having a great time. It's some amazing matches. I just cannot wait to watch more of them.
Guest appearance right here, people. Guest appearance from Foxy. Yes, it's always fun to have these things on stream. It just adds so much more to it, Casting Rainbow Six, hosting it is so much more than just play-by-play and just saying what's happening on screen. It's also about, about the game and about us and how much fun we can have, how much fun we can help our viewers have, and that's what we're here for, so to speak. I know this turned into a little bit of a casting-related tirade, but there's only so much we can say about a match that isn't quite complete yet. Am I right, Baba?
I mean, you're absolutely right about that, Jack. I mean, it's just round 8. We actually do see BTE gaining the lead against VPG, but yeah, I mean, to be honest, we actually don't have really much to talk about it because we already did see how well both of these teams are performing. And yeah, just saying that according to the prediction wise, I did say that I still, think that VPG might still have a chance to win against BTE, and I don't have any, I don't want to switch places out directly just by that. I mean, even though Battery Esports have been, performing really damn well, but once when you think that the prediction says that VPG is going to win, you just have to stick to it. You just need to make sure that you don't change sides immediately. But anyways, yeah, as I was talking about the matchups, Unknown Gamer, Nanny, just like we said, these teams are used to be former Virtue 5 players. They had a lot of problems back in the previous season, but still they do, however, make some interesting and also quite surprising plays that would make me and Blackjack, quite surprised. First example was the SMG 11. We just kept talking about how well that he, even predicted, knowing that the diffuser has been planted. We do know that there may be more of like 3 to 4 players been pushing in. He even guessed it at the right moment, going for the pre-fire. So yeah, a lot of great plays from them. And although we actually did, yeah, as I was talking about, a lot of problems for Team Versus 5 Esports. I believe there was another matchup against Team Mercenaries, in which they actually, it was on the same map. It was on the same map against, sorry, it was, I believe it was Mercenaries versus Virtual 5 Esports at that time. I guess the match was about to go to overtime. Next thing you know, they just made an unbelievable clutch, and it was absolutely amazing. Yeah, talking about the ban phase yet again, Monty, Thatcher, Mira, and Maestro yet again. Just to make sure that if you guys don't know what the ban phases are against these teams, yeah, could have been better if they banned Nomad. It would have been better if they
Definitely.
banned a Valkyrie instead. But since the ban phase is done, they have no other choices to change them, and they have to stick with it and make sure that they use whatever strategies they can with the remaining operators being present, and also just make sure that Sam Fisher is still not available. We still need to wait for him for the next season. Although I'm a huge fan of Sam Fisher all by myself, I'm a huge
I
fan of
mean, we all are.
Tom
We all
Clancy's
are.
franchise.
Yep.
Yep, we actually do. But hey, anyways, we actually do have to wait for the next season to come by. So talking about the match in hand, BTE and excellent plays on excellent performance on both attack and defense. So I'm excited what VPG has in store on attack when round 9 is going to be in play. I believe since third floor bar and first floor kitchen have successfully been defended from Battery Esports. I believe on round 9, Battery Esports is going to be defending on second floor, reading room, and fireplace also. It's going to be really interesting because most of the time attackers have a higher chances of winning this specific matchup if not the matchup, the round, as I would like to call it, because if VPG gets the quick control of the third floor cocktail lounge as well as the freezer, they would have more chances of eliminating most of the operators, and it shouldn't be much more of a problem for them. But if Battery Esports successfully holds the cocktail rounds, and we actually did see great amount of runouts from Dark Lord and also the C4, so I am guessing if Vanquish Paradox gets the control of cocktail lounge as fast as possible with a good amount of Jackal being in play, we still have the Jackal on attack. If they get those footprints, get those proper intel, maybe we might see Vanquish Paradox winning at least one round on attack, Jack.
Who knows? We might just for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of the match, it's almost back on our screens. In just a couple of minutes, we'll be back with the match between BTE and VPG on Cafe de Saleski. We're just waiting on the last two players for to join in and to give us a thrilling conclusion to this game. 5-3 in favor of Bad Trip Esports on defense. They have shown through 2 times now, and they need to do it 2 times more to finish off this game. Meanwhile, Vanquish Paradox on the attack. Unfortunately, their early rounds have been great, but their mid rounds, they sort of start to slack, lose the plot, and unfortunately, time is never on the attacker side until and unless you get the diffuser down. And both times, the side of Vanquish Paradox Gaming have failed to get the diffuser down. And hopefully they can, get all the kills or get all the, get the diffuser down, get their objectives completed. But at the end of the day, it's always about managing that time, managing your utility, managing the intel, managing everything that you have in that little bit of time, shall we say. That's what really matters here, and that's what they're going to have to do very, very well in these upcoming couple of rounds right now. And if they are able to do that, if they are able to expedite their push in an efficient and good, well-paced manner, then they will be able to win this match. Bring it back at the very least, or who knows, maybe even push for overtime, or maybe they'll have to call it with a 7-5. That's the best situation for them right now, a 7-5, but that would mean they would have to win 4 back-to-back rounds. That's a lot when it comes to competitive Rainbow Six, especially with a game as close as this, because 4 back-to-back rounds is huge, shall we say. Excuse me right there. And Yeah, it's almost always not that one-sided, especially in a game between Vanquish Paradox and BTE. But ladies and gentlemen, no more of the dilly-dallying. We are here back with the game between Vanquish Paradox Gaming and Backtrip Esports on the map of Cafe Dostoyevsky on round 9. The match is back and it has begun. 5-3 is the scoreline going into round 9. And we're headed to the second floor reading room and fireplace hall. Baba, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you, Jack. Round 9, and just as I was talking about, the site is going to be on second floor reading room. And looking about the my apologies. Looking at the operators that we're going to be seeing, it's quite an interesting. As I was talking about the Jackal, Nani actually did pick the Jackal, but instead he's going to be 6 pick from the IQ. Flamebane will also do the same thing. I think Flamebane has the ghost of the Christmas past thing where he was about to play Clash, but he 6 pick onto the Pulse. Jokes aside, Flamebane is
Nice,
a really great player.
I'm just gonna sneak in here, Baba, and say nice reference.
I mean, to be honest, Flamebane, as once, Flamebane used to be a really great Cav main. The amount of plays that Flamebane used to play as a Cav is absolutely brilliant, dude. The Luizon, he was always on point with those headshots, and he used to get interrogations more often. I actually did see most of the matches, not just from ranked matches, but also some of the competitive matches. Flamebane is absolutely a great player, but since according to the meta, we actually don't see a Cav being played quite a lot, so it's quite sad for Flamebane, but still, as a support, he's been performing really well, especially playing as the Pulse. Most of the time, he plays as the IQ to detect any utilities. By far, for Backtrip Esports, Flamebane has considered to be one of the most greatest supports I've ever seen. So coming back to the game action phase, we're going to be seeing all of the operators, I believe all 5 of the attackers rappelling in to open up the hatches of the third floor, the cigar lounge as well as the red stairs hatch. Thanks to Melo's breaching charge, sorry, not the breaching charge, the sledgehammer. Gonna open up the hatches, no problem. Shouldn't be that much of a problem. The only problem is they do need to have the control of the cocktail lounge. As I was talking about it, we're going to be seeing Alibi with the deployable shield, a lot of holograms being placed to confuse the operators, and also he has one more teammate, and that would be either not Dash. Either it would be Infernus or Hypertushi supporting his teammate. Actually not Hypertushi. It is Dark Lord playing on the white stairs. And I believe the attackers will be using the help of Ping 2.0 to show where exactly the deployable shield is going to be. Still need to be careful with the ADSs, so 3 flashbangs should do the trick, or maybe another 3 more if there is a total of 2 ADSs being placed. There you go, another ping showing that there is another ADSs. Actually, all 3 of them. So apparently they have to use 9 of them. Flamebane uses the C4 a very wrong time because all of these 3 operators were on the top of the roof. That C4 might cost a lot because that C4 would provide a lot of, angles for the attackers to even check onto. If there is an operator playing on the side of pillars, it would be very difficult. And also still goes to the Pharaohs via Vanquish Paradox here. Infernus taking a fight against Zofia, but it would be best for him to just fall back instead. Infernus prepping in for the C4. He actually throws away from this cocktail launch, but unfortunately that's another C4 being wasted around on the side of Backtrip Esports. That is 2 C4s gone. They still have 1 more, and that would be Dark Lord with the C4. He just needs to wait for that perfect moment, especially when they're going for the plant. You need to make sure that the entire attackers are still present from the third floor cocktail lounge. And I believe the ace is in the pillars entrance, opening up. He's just prepping for the plant to come in, as Unknown Gamer has the possession of the C4. So 1 for the cover, 1 for the plant, and just hopefully it's quite surprising that not even 1 body has been going down. And just as I was talking about it, Melo will be there to get that first frag in 15 seconds remaining. Here comes the plant from Unknown Gamer. 2 of the air jabs being displaced as Nostalgia is here for the cover, eliminating Dash. Infernus with the refrag, eliminating Ghosty, and just like that, fourth plant situation comes in right from above. Here comes a Nanny playing from from the hard breach as he eliminates Infernus. A third C4 won't be able to connect anyone, sadly. Rapatushi is pushing in from the piano room, knowing that there is one playing from the hard breach, not from the hard breach, from the hatch, as he eliminates Nanny, but at what cost? They only have 20 seconds left. Dark Lord, he needs to make a play. He needs to eliminate at least one player from the reading room, and he will exactly do that. Here comes another push in from the pillars. He's not going to do that because he has the support, and that support is going to fall back. Ace with the push. Ace is not going to happen, but here comes the savior of all, Mello, with the final flag as he eliminates Dark Lord, saving their teammates in such a final moment. Let's take a look at that in Axe Fibernet instant replay. What was that from both of the teams? And just as I talked about it, Vanquish Paradox immediately gains control, even though there wasn't any bodies being dropped, but a lot of utilities being wasted from the defenders. The Pulse as well as Infernus as the mute, losing a lot of C4, gave the opportunity for the attackers to push in from the cocktail launch, open up lines of sight, go for the plant thanks to Ace holding an angle, as well as Unknown Gamer going for the default plan. A well use of cover and a lot of utilities being wasted on the side of BTE, as this will be the first win on attack for Team VPG, and they need one more to equalize the round. What's going to happen next? I'll leave the mic to Jack.
Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful transition over to me, Baba. As it is definitely going to be a very interesting match coming up right now. This round itself is actually going to decide quite a bit whether or not Batch Esports are going to go to match point, or are they going to be equalized on by Vanquish Paradox. It was a great take from VPG in the last round, getting the plant off, holding post plant. You know, it was a little wobbly, but they managed to hold it down just well enough to win out the round. And they did waste, they didn't waste enough time from the defenders' hands to, you know, make it a real scramble. Valkyrie right at the end didn't have too much to do, you know, just get two bodies and get the counter defuse right. He had Jaeger for support. Unfortunately, the Jaeger died trying to peek the library door, and then it was a 2v1 with only 10 seconds on the counter defuse remaining, and you need 7 seconds to get the full counter defuse cycle. That's a lot of time, and that is only 3 seconds in between that you have to get 2 kills. Unfortunately, that is not enough time at all. Excuse me right there. So right now with the action phase in play for round 10, 5-4 is the scoreline. Ghosty, he's going to make sure that they take out those utilities with the Zophia's, lifelines. I sort of forget my terms every now and again. I do apologize, everyone. But with the lifeline in hand, the concussive nades and the impact nades, there we go. Shock loaded. And there we go. That's 1 with my magnet. That's 2 with my magnets. There's, of course, ADSs that are being pinged with the Ping 2.0 system with a drone that's inside a piano, giving away intel to the side of VPG. Dark Lord, in the meanwhile, holding down below the fireplace. He's the only one down below from the looks of it, which means he's looking for that C4 play, but he has to stay alive for a long time until that C4 can come into, you know, can factor into the play. Flame Blame in the meanwhile, nice charm that he has there on the gun, is going to be holding down on the dark spot, as it were, the Omai on dark spot, common sight to see, but White Corridor's window has been opened up, so he's going to have to fall back for the time being, because holding that area just got that little bit more harder. Meanwhile, flashbangs are coming in into dark spot. 3 of them have been thrown in, as we got to see from Infernus' HUD, curiously enough. Mello is going to push up nice and quickly. There's a Banshee close that he has to be very careful of. That's going to slow him down a lot, not to mention the amount of sound that it makes as well. Oh boy. But the push into the default plant spot has been made, and the intel is going to be given away to the Valkyrie sitting down below. Any second now, we can see a C4 coming in, but some more breaches are going to open up another angle into Cold Room. Unknown Gamer is going to find one onto Nostalgia, but then there's, Hyperdisc getting taken down by Nostalgia, as 2 bodies have dropped. Nostalgia and Flame Blame are off the board. Damage is being done. Hyperdisc, he's low on HP, but he's still going to peek. This is the Melusi, Dash trying to get one on White Corridor. Still not going to see anybody. Plant has to go down. 30 seconds remain for the side of VPG, but oh, what a shot from Dash onto the white corner right there. Takes down Mellow as the play will not go down. Dark Lord with the C4. He stayed alive long enough for it. And then there's another attacker body being dropped. It's all down to the last man standing. Make that no people standing as Dash will clean up on the Ghosty. Nice and quickly giving the side of Batrip Esports this round. As round 10 goes to them, we're going to be going into round 11 with the match point secured. Excuse me, right there. For the side of Batrip Esports, 6-4 to them, and VPG are staring down the depths of the barrel, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see from the instant replay, it was a mad scramble once again from VPG. They took just a little too long to get in there and couldn't make the push go through. Their execute was flawed, and Batrip Esports capitalized on that heavily, as we'll be heading into kitchen service and kitchen cooking in what may be the last round of the game, or one of the last two before we go to overtime. We'll find out in just a moment.
One round for Team Batrip Esports to secure their win against Vanquish Paradox on Map Cafe Dostoyevsky. And there is a higher chances where Batrip Esports might win on this specific site. We actually did see on round 8 where Batrip Esports had no problem for the attackers thanks to Dark Lord making an impressive plays. The only problem is since we've actually seen Dark Lord made quite a lot of aggressive plays, but since on the previous round we actually did see on the third floor bar where they were playing quite a lot defensively. So I believe on first floor kitchen, they're going to make sure that they're not going to go as aggressive as possible. So maybe they might, they might have at least 1 or 2 roamers, I believe. Maybe Dark Lord and Hypertushi, both of them doing the roamers job. And quite surprisingly, no castle is being played here. Most of the time, if there is a castle being played, one of the armor panels which is going to be being used should be on the double doors of bar, the second should be on the windows of the courtroom, and the third should be at the entrance of the prep room, which would make castle holding on the courtroom, which would provide a lot of angles. For the castle, he only has to worry about one particular angle, and that would be from the small bakery. But since they're not going to use this strat, they're going to do with the Melusi. So it shouldn't be that difficult for them. Those the Banshee deterrent, as I would like to call it, that would prove to be more efficient than Castle's armor panel, I believe. Sure. So, I mean, both of them has their own, advantages and disadvantages, but I don't want to go more ahead of it as the action phase will be in play. Ghosty, he's going to make sure that he's not going to waste any minute for the attackers. So what he's going to do, he's going to make sure that he gets the control. They're just going to make an entire sweep of the area just to see whether if Batrip Esports are going for a roamer. And looks like no roam presence will be detected on the side of Batrip Esports, and they will be in different positions here. And they will leave the attackers to go in, but a C4 will be there to get one. Another C4, but only claims the life of Unknown Gamer. Now, Unknown Gamer playing as the Nomad, it is quite crucial because that air jabs would provide a lot of flanking opportunities for the defenders to go for the push in and get those important kills, especially on Red's chest. A third C4 comes in. Quite interestingly, that would provide a lot of opportunities for Vanquish Paradox to know for the fact that there's a total of 3 C4s being used. Wait a minute, is that another 4th C4? Then that means for Batrip Esports, they don't have any C4s here. And I cannot believe I'm talking more about it. And yeah, I'm going to talk less about the C4s for now here. IQ using her scanner to see that there is an Electrocorp being used. Unfortunately, they don't have a Thatcher in play. They have an Ace, which would give Batrip Esports an opportunity to, hold this side in a very stronger rate here. They only have 40 seconds left. Vanquish Paradox needs to find a kill here. Melo with very decreased HP. He is going to make a lot of angles here. Melo. Still, he's going to push from downstairs, I believe, as Ace is going to use his Salma breaches to open up the walls on the side of Freezer Air. Just keep that in mind that Kaid is playing also very close on the window. All they need is a perfect execute. A smoke and a plant should be more than enough, and the cover will be there for it. But Hypertushi is here to eliminate Ghosty. Nani, on the other hand, eliminates Flame Blade. Here comes Battery Esports yet again. 2 kills. Dash, Nanny, and Nostalgia is out. And as Dark Lord is here for another cover, they only have 3 seconds left. As Melo will be going down, as Dark Lord will be there to get the final kill against Melo. And just like that, they're going to claim that win against Vanquish Paradox. A great hold coming in from Battery Esports, and Vanquish Paradox, a very good attempt, but in the end, Battery Esports will be there to claim the win against them. A very great plays, and a great plays coming in from them. I really don't know what more do I have to talk about them from both the teams, Vanquish Paradox as well as Battery Esports. A very well-deserved game, and yeah, that would be the end of it. Quite sadly.
Absolutely, that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. But it's not quite the end of this this particular segment post game, as we're going to go into a little bit of relive the moment, share the highlights, the best highlights of the game before we end it off, shall we say? Because there are some more matches after this, but let's talk about them in just a little bit of time. As we can see, the highlights are playing on the screen in the relive the moment section, and what a match that we had! Absolutely fantastic game between Vanquish Paradox and Battery Esports. Very, very well played between both of them, and they have done as much as they can to make this the most exciting game possible, even though, oh boy, the amount of time that took a bit of time because there were some delays, connection issues and whatnot, but hopefully all of our viewers are more than satisfied with the game that we had on screen for all of us to view and enjoy. As this relive moment is just going to show us the best bits of it. Oh, this double kill coming in, absolutely wonderful from the Jaeger, and this hold on Bakery, this was absolutely amazing to see from the side of the defense. This was, I believe, VPG's defense right here. And oh boy, it was an absolute fortress. No attacker could get through. No bodies were being dropped whatsoever. Only the Zofia managed to get away for like a second, only to be traded in by 3 defenders peeking big Bakery door. It was a flawless round on round 3 for the side of the defenders because Bakery was turned into an absolute fortress. But after round 3, Battery Esports actually started pulling things back. They started making things happen for themselves and playing to sort of outsmart VPG, not so much as outfrag them, and they did it very, very well for most of the game, and just forced VPG into situations where they didn't want to be, unfortunately, and that is why we got to see what we did, which is Vanquish Paradox Gaming losing to Battery Esports 74 for BTE, excuse me, winning the match at round 11. And just overall, very, very well done. Battery Esports, sure, they may not be the best fragging team in the world per se, but they are definitely a fantastic team when it comes to outmaneuvering and outplaying their opponents in any given situation. They've proved that time and time again. And sure, while there may be memes made about things that have happened in the past surrounding Flame Blame and a certain site in Cafe Dostoevsky that shall not be named, but all of that aside, it is they are a great team, and they definitely have the potential to become one of South Asia's deadliest. Seeing what they pulled today against Vanquish Paradox, that just reinforces that notion, all that, just that much more. And again, the Bakery holds today have been absolutely fantastic, and they didn't need to be repeated more than once or twice because they were just so good. And something that VPG did in the second half post roll swap was hold for time. They really stalled for time against Battery Esports, against Vanquish Paradox, excuse me, very, very well because of those defensive setups. They knew how VPG would play, and they knew how they would approach those sites, and that is exactly what they did, and that is why Vanquish Paradox had so much of a tough time trying to play against this team. BTE did well, and just like, we were talking about, both me and Baba, earlier in the game, they needed to make some mid-round adaptations so as to not lose bodies early. Both teams did that. Across the 2 Rios that we had, both teams made those mid-round adaptations, and they held on to those adaptations. They kept getting better and better and better, and that is what competitive Rainbow Six is, ladies and gentlemen. Continuous improvement, not just over the course of one match, but over the course of many. That's how the greatest teams rise and fall over the course of this game, this fantastic game's competitive lifespan. And hopefully we'll get to see one of these teams, maybe even topple the top of South Asia's team list, shall we say. as we are, of course, here at the last round that we got to see. Dash holding down from inside of the kitchen onto cold room, knowing that all he had to do was drop diffuser, and unfortunately for Sledge, there was only so much he could do before he was taken down as well. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we do have another game coming up for all of our viewers at home. And this one I know for a fact is actually very looked forward to for all of our viewers at home. R6S Esports taking on Team L2K. It is a game that is going to be absolutely fantastic, and we'll be right back with that. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack, and joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta and Raman Foxy, as we are here for the third and final game of the night. Team L2K versus R6S Esports on the map of Cafe Dostoyevsky, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic game coming on our screens. I know for a fact that this game is one that a lot of people have been looking forward to. There's supporters of R6S, and then there's supporters of L2K, and I'm pretty sure when we go live with the match, you'll recognize a few names in L2K. They've had some changes here and there ever since we saw them last in Season 5 of the previous league. Well, R6S Esports, unfortunately, I don't have too much information on them, so, we'll just have to see and make notes as we go. As it is the qualifier stage, we'll be meeting new teams as we move along. Wouldn't you agree, Baba? And how do you do today?
I mean, I'm doing absolutely fantastic here, Jack. And talking about Team L2K, I believe I have some information. I still remember that Rats used to be on Team L2K. Next thing you know, he was in this specific season. I see Rats in Kira Esports. That's an interesting roster changes. And with that, instead of Rats, we're going to be seeing Skipper filling in the shoes of Team L2K, a former Vector Sports player and also a former Oinkers, Team Oinkers. Apparently, sadly they've disbanded, and now looks like they're in Team L2. They've went on separate ways, and now I'm going to be seeing Skipper for Team playing on the side of Team L2K. I known for the fact that he is quite a great maestro man, and also quite great at anchoring the sides, as well as a good on attack side as well. But well, with the team disbanding, coming on to Team L2K, it would be a lot difficult for getting accustomed with the new teammates that he have, especially on Team L2K. I'm not going to talk less about them, because I've already seen these teams play, especially JV and NOS, one of the most devastating fraggers I've ever seen. They've always make some great plays, great frags, as I would like to call it. But hey, we'll see how it's going to go well by going up against Team R6S Esports. The map is going to be on Cafe Dostoyevsky. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the matchup. Team L2K versus R6S Esports. And without further ado, let's just start off with the ban phase. We actually did see quite a lot of cafe maps being played off. Sadly, we won't be able to see any villa maps being played. Hopefully, we might be able to see some, villa maps being played from the next stream. But for now, it's going to be Cafe Dostoyevsky. The first ban ups, Thatcher, Montaigne, you name it. But it's all up to the teams. I'm not a good fortune teller, as you guys might know about it, because most of the time I try to make a prediction, it always goes south. But this time, it's not going to go south, because the ban is going to be Thatcher. Now, second attackers, most probably a Montaigne or a Nomad, because Nomad is quite important, but it's going to be a Blackbeard ban. I do kind of agree. Why? Because as a Blackbeard mean, that rifle shield would prove to be an extra life for him, especially if you're trying to hold an angle against him. So, removing him off the board would give a lot of opportunities for the attackers to push in, as Team L2K decides to ban the Maestro. I mean, there's not quite a lot of changes. I mean, you have the evil eye cams. You can be able to place at certain locations, and also you can deny a planter being, planting the diffuser. And here comes a interesting ban. Melusi will be out in this map, Cafe Dostoyevsky. That would bring the old strats back in Cafe Dostoyevsky. So we might be able to see a lot of mute plays, a bit of, mute Jaeger, maybe a bit of a castle being thrown into the mix, because why not? You still have the Vamai and the Jaeger combo. It shouldn't be that much of a big deal here. All Vamai has to do is place his deployable shields right from the piano room, place a lot of, the magnets right from the candelas, and so on and so forth. You have the Aegis to place his ADSs right from behind the couch of the piano room, so it shouldn't be much more of a problem for the defenders. But for the attackers, they have a wide amount of opportunities for them, since that Nomad is still in play. We still have Jackal in play, and also we have all the hard breachers, Ace, Hibana, Thermite, and also the Maverick being in play. So for the kitchen hold, it's going to be more of a difficult task for the defenders to hold on to. So it's best for them to hold on third floor bar. And interestingly, we're going to be seeing a Mira being picked on the side of Raxi Esports. That would be L dot dot dot. Apparently, I have no exact idea on what the username is, but hopefully we might be able to see some great plays is what I'm about to talk about. So without further ado, Jack, I'll give the mic back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Baba. Speaking of course, the Mira player L, let's have a look at the rosters that are in the lobby for us today. From the side of L2K, we've got JV, Coffee, Fatal, Skipper, and Nos. And from the side of Raxi Esports, we've got L, Hot Fudge Sauce. That's interesting. I'm just going to call him Sauce. Superman, but that's a okay. I see what they're going for here. Then there's Shaiko, IO, and then Easy Kill. All right, this is going to be a challenge, so to speak, to get these names on board, rolling off the tongue. But we'll try our best, ladies and gentlemen. And the round, of course, is already underway. Into action phase. The Mira is in play, but an interesting thing that we just noticed, of course, is the fact that the Mira is not being used to play the long angle from the white corridor all the way towards Piano. Instead, there's a Mira window inside a bathroom, which also challenges Piano very well. And bathroom is arguably better cover if you have an ADS protecting from the grenades and a castle barricade, from what you can see, protecting from the grenades from that white corridor window. In the meanwhile, I believe Nos with the Twitch is opening up those Mira windows. One of them has been opened up already. Very, very well done from L2K. Fatal's already found one. L goes down, and that's a big drop. The Mira herself is off the board, and there goes another window. Smoke grenades are going off. In the meanwhile, L2K already not sparing anything, as Fatal's going to take some damage, but Easy Kill is the one to get down. The grenade comes out. Not going to reach. The other grenade comes out. Will that reach the downed operator? No, it won't. And there we go. The second one does, and there goes another couple of bodies. Fatals will find one, and there goes Sauce, and Nos takes that kill. Coffee finishes things off by taking down Superman, or Superman. I don't really know how to say that. I do apologize if I'm butchering that spelling, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, L2K with a fantastic performance on round one are going to secure it and move into round two with the early round lead. As we have a look at that in the Act Fibernet instant replay. Those grenades, you know, they weren't cooked at all, but somehow in the midst of all that, Fatals gets away with not just one, but a couple of kills in that position, a triple kill in total in the round. Fantastically done from L2K, as we'll be headed back to third floor bar and cocktail lounge once again.
Quick, clean, precise win coming in on the side of Team L2K. What an aggressive plays, to be honest. Nos playing as the Twitch. She is doing her work by taking out the Mira's mirrors, which actually gave the opportunity for Fatals to eliminate Mira instantly with her C4 being in play. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see any defenders using. We actually didn't see any utilities being used from the defenders at all, except the placements of the Vermise, the barbed wires, and also so on and so forth. But on the attackers, it wasn't that difficult for them to even read it out. But since we're going to be seeing a castle being played on the side of Raxi Esports, Easy Kill, making sure that the R1 plan is placed on the windows of the white stairs to make sure that when Womai is particularly holding an angle from the piano room, he shouldn't have a lot of disturbances, as I'd like to call it, from the white stairs window, to make sure that he should only have to worry about the angle on the side of piano rather than worrying about the white stairs. Also, to add more about it, you could, however, add another deployable shield to block the access for the white stairs window. But for now, Castle's armor panel will do for just that. Action phase will be in play as the Lord of Attackers will, however, repel, I believe, both of them, as Fatals will use his breaching hammer to open up one of the Castle armor panel wall right from the white stairs hallway. These Castle still has those two of the Castle armor panels from the white stairs window. But here comes Nos with the Twitch. She'll be able to use the shock drone to her best at her advantage to take out any abilities, as Fatal's going to use a frag grenade and another frag grenade. It will, however, open up the deployable shield a little bit of late with the pre-fire, but easy kill. Whoa, Luigi, look at that. 2 kills eliminating Skipper and Coffee. Skipper and Coffee, where was that? I believe that was from the hatch instead. Never mind, that was from the run out. Thank you so much for addressing me that, Foxy. A very important kill for Ezekiel as he eliminates 2 of the important operators on the side of Team L2K. An important one because it would give Team Raxi Esports an opportunity to hold the site here. Nos playing on the cigar hedge, hoping to find at least 1 or 2 operators who's holding from the cocktail lounge as breach will happen on the kitchen. Sorry, not from the kitchen, that is from the bathroom. Fatal sees the head of one, but he will find the Mira at a very long distance from Cocktail. But here comes another frag from none other than Shaiko as Easy Kills gets another one, eliminating JB. That's a triple kill for him, which leads to Nos, the Twitch, right from above the hatch. And she needs to find an opportunity here. She will find Easy Kill to shut off his killing spree, but will it be enough? He still needs to find 3 more. It is, however, a clutchable situation here. Keep that in mind. The F2 is one of the most devastating weapons of them all, and we've actually seen quite a lot of clutches being made from this devastating weapon. But will it? But it has to be on the right hands, and we'll get to see if Nos is worthy here. 40 seconds left for him. He's going to be pushing also very close from the washrooms. He's the head of the Jaeger, and unfortunately, Shaiko will be there to eliminate Nos. Not to be confused with the Shaiko on Team BDS. So, yep, there we go. Let's take a look at that again in the Act Fibernet instant replay. That was a terrific run out coming in from Ezekiel, playing as the Castle. Quite, surprisingly, a great run out and another kill to confirm it, claiming their victory on the third floor bar, getting that win of a point, equalizing the round against them as we progress to round 3. First floor kitchen is going to be the site, and keep that in mind since a lot of breaches are still available and Nos is, using his shock drone to his fullest potential. He's going to be able to use to eliminate the Jaeger's ADSs as well as the Wormeyes magnet nades. So all Nos has to do is to take out the Jaeger's ADSs and let the flashbangs do its work. But will it be easy? Because most of the time we do have the defenders always hiding, waiting for that perfect opportunity for a push. And just like we saw from the previous round out, where I believe that was... I guess that was Vanquished Paradox versus Battery Esports. But will it be the same fortress hold that these guys will be able to do again? Well, let's find out.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this kitchen hold, ladies and gentlemen, because of the kind of things we've seen being accomplished with a hold on Bakery and White Stairs wall. Is it going to be the same thing coming out from Raxi Esports? I'm not entirely certain just yet, because again, as far as this is actually my first time seeing them on stream and casting them, so it's always a pleasure to cast a team for the first time. I'm pretty sure all of us here can relate to that sentiment, but more than that, it's definitely going to be interesting to see the Castle play and how they employ the Kaid, Wormeye Jaeger, and Valkyrie around that operator. As it looks like there is no White Stairs extended hold, only an extended hold in Bakery, even though that wall is only soft, it's not reinforced, it's not... Oh, there's a rotation there, okay. I didn't get to see that. There's a tiny, small little rotate right there. But it is there, it exists, and that is something that you want when you're holding Bakery, and an easy escape route that offers absolutely zero danger to the lurking operator. L2K, in the meanwhile, they're going to have to be very careful about that mid-round right there. Raxi Esports, they could take them for a spin, just like Easy Kill did in the previous round with that just run out from out of nowhere from a second floor. That was absolutely amazing. And that really did shake L2K's push, the kind of execute they were trying to make. They couldn't set up with only 3 operators, and it just shook them down too hard. Right now, it looks like all operators are actually on the first floor. It's a turtle hold coming out from Raxi. They know what they're doing in this situation. L2K is going to have to be the one to make the push and push them out of their comfort zone. And even then, Raxi Esports, they could, come back and push L2K out of their comfort zone. After all, L2K so far, they have done impressive things, especially in the recent memory, but they need to go above and beyond for the time being. Here we have the Ash Fatals trying to find that Kaid Electro Claw just to take it out of the equation so that Ace can get the breach done. JV, that is. In the meanwhile, Ezekiel is very low on HP. JV has been stunned by Zophia's concussive grenades from the looks of things. A little bit of a friendly stun right there. Oh, Nos, he survives that C4. And Skipper's going to find Ezekiel finally shutting him down. That's a big one right there. The Valkyrie is off the board as the Kaid is rotating into Kitchen to try and shut down the push coming in from Cold Room. He's got the TCSG with the gigantic suppressor that we know on it. And there's the push from the Ash Fatals. He's in. He knows where the Kaid is playing. Shots are fired as Shaiko. This Shaiko is going to find one. Skipper's off the board. And there goes the hot fudge sauce off the board as well. But the pushing the side is happening. Fatals, he's in here. He's going to have to go up against the Jaeger any second now. No, it's Nos to find him instead. Make it a 4v2. One's in prep room, but he's going to have to stop the plant somehow. It's down to the Wamai and the castle. Castle's down. It's all down to Wamai. The last man standing. He rotated out to red carpet and got taken down by Coffee for his trouble. And that is Verticality 101, ladies and gentlemen, showing them what for. L2K take round 3 on First Floor Kitchen.
Well, looking at the instant replay, that was a quick, precise, aggressive playstyle that we see from Team L2K. What an impressive performance coming in from both the teams, apparently. But since we actually didn't see quite a lot of Team Raxi making those important plays, but this time with enough amount of morale boost coming in from this specific round, we might see some out of nowhere plays, just like we saw on round 2. Ezekiel, looks like he'll be playing as the Pulse, and L will be the one who's going to be playing as the Castle, holding from the courtroom, I presume. He'll be placing his armor panels from the third floor bar, the courtroom window, as well as the prep room entrance, or at the small bakery. Make a little bit of vault rotation from the right side of the small bakery to give it more confusing, rotations for the attackers to not even expect where the other defender's location is going to be. Now, it's quite interestingly, we're going to be seeing Shaiko placing his ADSs right from the front side of the bakery, and quite interestingly, we're going to be, I believe, Bomai will be using his deployable shield right at the bakery, which shouldn't be that much of a problem. And just like I said it, Castle will actually do exactly what I just said. Quite interestingly. So, yep, there you go. Another Castle armor panel placed from the courtroom. And yeah, that's basically how you play as Castle, ladies and gentlemen. That's Castle 101, as Jack would like to say it. Anyways, action phase will be in play, and for the second time, we're going to be seeing Raxi Esports defending on first floor kitchen yet again. And Fatals, he is not going to waste his time. Going to be aggressive. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to see any two players, and he's going to get taken down. An unnecessary C4 being thrown, but hopefully he can be able to pick it up. No, he does not. That was quite unnecessary for Team Ezekiel to use. Sorry, not team, actually, to the player Pulse using his C4. No, never mind. Actually, for a moment there, I thought he detonated it, but quite gladly he's going to recover it. But Skipper, on the other hand, he's going to equalize the round, eliminating Skipper. That's an important kill. That is, the Jaeger won't be able to play in this specific round, or the R4C Carbine, in which Ash is not available to play on. I was about to say the R4 Carbine, but yeah, anyways, moving to the match on point, we're going to be quite an interesting push in, as Ace, I believe he's on the third floor. And there should be another defender providing cover for Pulse. Anyways, yeah, keeping at the match on hand, we still have two roamers presence being detected on the side of Raxi Esports. That would be one from the library, or as we call it, the reading room, as well as the another side, which should provide a lot of provide cover here. Ezekiel, unfortunately, with his cardiac sensor, he won't be able to detect anything, but he really needs to be careful because he doesn't have exact intel or where the attacker's position is going to be. Now, keep that in mind. I still remember Nos used to be on the white stairs, but L goes for that pre-fire yet again. Still needs to be careful on another angle here, as Ezekiel is all by himself. He has apparently lost his opportunity to go for a kill. Actually, he might be able to find one, and he will do it exactly that. Coffee from Team L2K is out, but still, they still have a lot of teams on Team L2K, as JV finds another one. That is L. eliminated with the smoke grenade. Ooh, that's another great kill. Hartford Sauce is out the board, and Skipper will also do the same, eliminating easy kill, which would give Superman the last player standing, and he will go down from none other than Nos with the F2 assault rifle. And just like that, Team L2K are not giving up, winning round 4 on First Floor Kitchen. Let's take a look at that in Act Fab in this instant replay. What a great play is coming in from both the teams, especially Raxi Esports handling the aggression quite well by eliminating the buck, but sad to say in the mid rounds where L2K went in for the execute, Skipper and JV were the ones to get those important kills, get to the site, and he actually went for the almost plant as he eliminates the final player on the side of Team Raxi Esports. As we progress to round 5, third floor bar is going to be the site, and it would be a wiseable choice because they've lost First Floor Kitchen twice in a row, and it would be very difficult if they decides to go to defend on First Floor Kitchen yet again.
Definitely. Not repeating your mistakes is something that Raxi Esports is going to have to look into right now. Just like Baba said, their early round is great. They managed to hold on the aggression for coming out from L2K very well. At least they did initially in round 1. And of course, L2K had to slow down a little bit, seeing the kind of we're bringing out for themselves. However, it's the late round where Raxi needs to, just sort of... Okay, I lost my words for a second. I do apologize, but it's in the late round that Raxi Esports is suffering from. I'm not entirely sure what. They just seem to collapse right at the end when L2K goes for that execute. At least that's what it's been in these last 2 rounds. Early round is great. Mid round is all right. Late round needs work. It needs quite a lot of work, and. For sure, it's not as if they're not doing their best. They definitely are. They've got these angles. They know where to peek and where not to peek. I'm still, sort of apprehensive about this meter use, but it has worked out for them so far, so I'll give them credit where credit is due. However, they need to emphasize on other areas as well. One run out in 1 round can only take you so far, because unless something that, random and out of the blue happens constantly, unless that's something you're able to pull off every single round, L2K will punish you for the mistakes that you make. That just goes without saying. Speaking of L2K, they're going to be droning into side right now with the action phase well underway. 2 minutes 15 remaining. There's the Summer Breach on piano. Saving 2 because JV knows that he's going to need to make the push on the default plant spot happen later on. As there we go, the Womai shield has been taken care of. Womai himself is retreating nice and quickly, and the run out is being watched this time by Twitch. Nos making sure that he's done his job, or at least postponed doing his job until the run out is secured. There's a nice angle right here by L all the way towards the default plant spot by the Heaven Hatch towards balcony right now, but nothing big coming out from it. Sauce, in the meanwhile, is going to be the one holding down inside of the bathroom, the washrooms, with the mirror window and a castle barricade to boot, but Nos is going to find easy kill in the meanwhile. There goes the castle down below. I think he was trying to do something cheeky again, because Nos was watching that, mind you, and there's Fatals now down below. He's going to be looking to make some vertical plays happen, as the mirror window will not be popped just yet by that Summer Beach. That's very interesting right there. As, yeah, that mirror, how is that still hanging there? I am not sure what's happening right there, ladies and gentlemen. But deployable shields are being spotted, and more pieces of utility are being spotted. Nobody's inside of washrooms, mind you, so no dangers right there. A grenade comes in. That's a lot of damage done to the smoke right now. So much damage being done, so many utilities being traded, and bodies are dropping right now. There goes L. Nos is going to take that, and there goes the smoke. Nos with one more. Is he going to get the ace right now? He's on the 3K. There goes the Jaeger. He's found 1. Fiddles and Coffee have fallen, as it's now a 3v2. Nos, he needs to find these last 2 defenders before things get too serious. Diffuser is still on JV's hands, and he can come in for the plant. Does he not see the Jaeger? Twitch, what are you doing? As the Jaeger will finally fall, but so much damage done. It's now a 1v2, all down to the Womai. Superman trying to come up the white corridor right now. JV's planting, and he's in a little bit of an exposed position, but he's just in cover on that cold room door. 1v2 for the Womai to try and hold on. and he's gonna have to try and make this happen. Time is now against him, and he knows this very well. Vaults in through that rotate. That may be the end of him. That pre-fire was unnecessary, but I don't think he has intel on where these two attackers are sitting. Meanwhile, L2K knows all they have to do is play time, and that is exactly what they're doing right now, holding on these corner positions. Zofia is gonna swing wide, and inside a cigar lounge, down goes the Wamai. Superman falls, Skipper makes sure of that, and that is going to give L2K round 5. They did well to get the plant off, but after that, the Jaeger did quite a good job to try and bring it back. That was a triple kill for him. Not sure where Nos was looking when he got taken down by the Jaeger Minder. That was a little bit of a lapse in concentration, ladies and gentlemen, but even then, it wasn't enough, as L2K are now 4-1 up on round 6.
Well, a solid lead on the first half on the side of Team L2K, and looks like they're not going to stop that train. Round 6, I believe, is going to be third floor bar yet again. Quite surprisingly, we have not seen Team Raxi Esports picking on the second floor reading room. I do agree, because most of the sites that they've gone to, they've only won on third floor bar. Luckily, with that out of nowhere run out, I believe, from the train museum window or from the red stage to eliminate 2 of the important players from L2K, giving them the opportunity to win their round on round 2. But unfortunately, since that did not work out quite well in the remaining 2 rounds, I believe it's going to be having a lot of problems for them, since L2K has been dominating for the past 4 or 5 rounds here. Round 6, since they're going to pick up the same side yet again, third floor bar, and we actually, to be honest, in the previous round, we actually did see Raxi Esports did, however, converted into a clutchable situation, which was a 1v2, in which Wamai had absolutely 0 intel, but if he had the intel on that specific time, he would have had the chance to clutch it out, but unfortunately they did not. And hopefully on round 6, with the Valk being in play, those Valkyrie camps will prove to be more effective when it comes to a close plan situation at all. So I just kind of like how adaptive Raxi Esports is, and I hope that they keep adapting to it. Hopefully they might get some weakness for the attackers. Keep that in mind, it's going to be their last round on defense, so they have to make this round count, or else Team L2K will be having a solid lead and have difficult chances to equalize the round against them. And looks like Fatals, they just made their life way much more harder by eliminating the Valk. I believe it was a long angle right from the piano room where she was trying to place her cams. I apologize. It was a run out from the train museum window. Did not work out quite well the second time. With that, already an early kill from him, as Pulse is going to be he will be the one to get the intel for his team, as Skipper will find out another. That is Shaiko being removed from the round. It just kind of it's kind of weird to talk about it, but hey, a lot of frag grenades and flashbangs being thrown out, and one of the deployable shield will be, however, being taken out from thanks to the Sophia's impact nades, as Superman, he is so lucky to be alive, as he's holding the angle right on the side of washrooms here. It's only going to be a matter of time when the attackers enter into the side of piano, goes to the push in and eliminates him, and that's where Skipper is. They did open it, but do not see the C4 from the Pulse, as easy kill gets the life off from Skipper, but the Ace on the other hand will be able to eliminate one more. There's only 2 players left. Twitch will be able to detect exactly where Pulse's location is, and looks like Superman, he's going to find out one. He's going to down JV, but at what cost? They only have 1 minute left. All they have to do is hold on, and it's not going to work out well. L2K has the control on piano, and just like that, Fatals will be there to get that final kill as he eliminates Pulse, who was apparently in the side of reading room, and then he was trying to rotate back from the white stairs, get caught from the rotation, and just like that, he will eventually get the win. Let's take a look at that in Act Fabinet's instant replay here. What a gunplay is being displayed on the side of Team L2K, and on the side of defense, they have absolutely 0 idea on what to counter it. As we proceed to round 7, a role swap, where we're going to be seeing L2K on defense, and on the side of Team Raxi Esports, they will be on attack.
Round 7 rolls up is in play, ladies and gentlemen, and we're heading back to third floor bar for the third time in consecution right now. Very similar to the way the site selection went out in the last match that we had, which was between Vanquish Paradox Gaming and Bad Trip Esports. The only big difference is the score. Instead of being equalized on 3-3, it is 5-1, a very heavy lead for Team L2K, who are looking to finish things as quickly as possible. And, well, I wouldn't blame them. It is getting on in the night, you know. You want to make sure that you get your sleep schedule in, and everyone does, but who knows, R6S Esports could keep us awake for quite a while if they manage to pick themselves up from this situation right now. However, even though I do say that Cafe is not particularly defender-sided, you know, not as defender-sided as Clubhouse or say like Oregon or Theme Park, it does still have that defender-sided tag attached to it for, well, several reasons. The fact is, third floor bar is a hold that really relies on piano for the most part, and the Omai, with his magnets, with the Jaeger's ADSs, he can just hold in there nice and easily without too much issue, and as soon as he needs to, he can just pop back the white corridor door without much of an issue either. Nas in the meanwhile throwing out those cams, making sure that the run out is prepped from a second floor. That's probably going to be spotted at the very least on a drone later on. And the Goyo is in play from Fatals, mind you. I actually didn't get to call that out in a second. But Goyo is in fact in play this time around. Excuse me, right there. But, let's see. I'm interested to see how the Goyo functions. Meanwhile, we've got the Jaeger with that beautiful new red dot sight that was added this season, ladies and gentlemen. This is just such a great red dot sight. I love it. I love it to bits. But enough about sights and optics for the time being. We've got cams being used. Nos, he knows the positions of anybody repelling or daring to repel for the time being, and there actually isn't anybody. None of the R6S Esports players are repelling on any of the piano windows or the white corridor window. As, okay, there may be somebody, one candidate. Yes, there is. He's seen it. There's two, actually, for that matter. And there could be a run out or a C4 coming in any second now. The south window rappel actually has gone back up to the roof, and he's got sent me some little bit more intel, and that intel is the fact that all the players have gone back up to the roof again. It's just back and forth right now for R6S Esports as they're trying to establish their execution. And that's very interesting place that Skipper's playing, and he barely gets away with that too. My man tried to do something cheeky as there we go. There's the run out from the Valkyrie. Gets one. Will he be able to get away with this in time? Looks like he just might. Yes, he will. Nos takes one and is happy to pull back for the time being. Shots are being fired. That's JV on the piano stage, interestingly enough, as he's going to see the sledge, just runs into Cigar Shop, gets taken out for his trouble. Will he find another one? Not quite yet, but there's the Goyo to trade instantly as L2K is bringing in all the troubles they possibly can for R6S Esports, who only have two operators remaining. Shots are going to be fired, but that air jab catches one. Easy kill on L. The last two remaining, Skipper and Fatals, are down. It's a 2v2 suddenly. A potential clutch coming out from these last two remaining operators. But will it happen? That's what we're here to find out. A calm before the storm. That's what it feels like, because we've hit a bit of a standstill. That's okay. That's a Gershmart used to make sure nobody's close by, and then the barbed wire taken care of. Nos is now on that dark spot door of piano, while we've got Coffee holding on the desk, the bar desk, inside of sight. Push is coming in from red. There's a Nomad who's going to be heard out any second now. The drones are going to come in. Not quite. As shots are going to be fired, that's a little bit of damage taken by L. And Nos is probably pulling up. He is. He finds one, gets flashed out of his mind. But he's just alive, and 10 seconds remain for this Nomad to try and pull something. L, is he going to be able to find one? Not quite. The E is playing peekaboo with him. And nothing is happening. Nope, it won't be, because he will drop. Coffee will take that kill. The Jaeger comes out, finishes it off for his team. That's going to give L2K round 7 a little chaotic, a little all over the place on the defense, but they managed to hold on against R6S Esports, who looked like they might be able to clutch. It went from 2v2 to 2v4, as we see on the instant replay, the Act Fibernet instant replay right here. The Valkyrie taking the kill on the Zofia. That's what really turned it around. Otherwise, it was a very clutchable situation for the side of R6S Esports. They gave it their all, were not able to win it that round, and now it is 6-1 match point in favor of L2K.
Well, just like Jack says it, match point for Team L2K and their final defense. I wouldn't call it as a final defense. Round 8 is going to be on first floor kitchen, because, I mean, I do see some, hope for Raxi Esports. And I know you might be thinking, why? I mean, there's a lot of chances where, Raxi Esports did get the opportunity to take out L2K, by reducing the amount of man count. We actually did see quite a lot of post-plan situations where Raxi Esports on defense, they were either in a 1v2 situation or a 2v2 situation. If it was more than a 2v5 or 2v4, yes, I could have understand that. But having that same man count in the late rounds might actually have a chance for Axie Esports to maybe put this round back up. But since you still have players like Nos and Fatals, I believe, was playing as the Valkyrie on that previous round, getting those important runouts, getting those important kills. If you just take out the important operators on the side of Team L2K like Fatals and Nos, that would give opportunity for Axie Esports to finally hope to find a weakness on the side and get that win as best as possible. And that's why you have the Nomad, you have the air jabs, you can be able to place it whether if Valk tries to go for a run, or just exactly what we actually saw on the previous round. But hopefully I don't think that Nos will be able to see it. That might be a spawn peak right on the side of Small Bakery. No, it was not, and looks like Hot Fudge Sauce is going to find Nos. Nice. Well, one kill down, and that is Team L2K's. That was, I believe, the run out from the windows instead of going from the entrance. But Coffee will be there to eliminate L right off the bat, and he is going to barricade from the coach room, giving them no intel. As JV, he's going to peek aggressively, tries to tag a little bit of damage from the opponents, but unfortunately, he won't be able to tag that much. As Fatals playing as the Rook, MP5 and a 2.0 magnification, as I would like to call it. I mean, most of the time we do have an ACOG holographic sight or a reflex, but since with the new optic, since the new optics, it is quite, it's quite great to see how, we'll get to see how players are flexible with the new sights. It gives more freedom and more, style on which side that they would like to use. Meanwhile, we're going to be seeing Ace using his sight, and whoa, that was a great flick. He's going to eliminate Fatals right off the bat. And yes, as I was about to talk about Ace, he will, however, open up the Salma breaches. He's going to open up the freezer walls to make sure that he is ready to go for the plant. And I believe, and just like I was talking about, Raxi Esports may have the opportunity to go for a plant here. Keep that in mind. Skipper has the C4, but that C4 will be denied instantly as Hot Fuzz gets another kill. But JV, another shot as he eliminates easy kill, which leads to JV and Coffee. They need to hold this aggressive push here. All Ace has to do is throw smokes and plant on default and make sure his teammates will be there to get his cover as best as he can here. 50 seconds left for the attackers as Hibana will use her X-Cairo spreads, maybe on the side of hatches, I don't know, but that keynote might prove to be efficient, but no, it does not. Ash with a great patience, he's going to eliminate Coffee, which leads to JV all by himself to clutch this one out in a 1v3 situation here. He has all the intel, he has all the utilities. All he have to do is play on his cards as Superman goes for the plant. So he needs to be careful of 3 specific angles here. One on the window, one on the default plant. And just like that, Raxi Esports have secured their default. All they have to do is wait for a total of 40 seconds and make sure JV doesn't clutch this one out. Flashbang will be able to cut from the Wombai's magnet nades, and with that, a little bit of push comes in, sees the head of Hibana, and he's going to eliminate Superman. That's going to be a double kill for JV, but still needs to find 2 more. One, I believe, should be at the coach room, and the other right from outside. And Shaiko will be there to get that final kill, eliminating JV as Raxi Esports will win their first attack on first floor kitchen. Let's take a look at that in Act Fibernet's instant replay. A great place coming in from Hot Fudge Sauce as he gets those 3 important kills, eliminating Nos, Skipper, and I believe Fatals all right away, and an incredible flick, as I would like to call it. And with that, round 9 will be in play, and Team Raxi Esports is not giving up that easily.
Absolutely not. Raxi Esports, they are looking to make a comeback happen from 6-1 to 6-6. Is it possible, ladies and gentlemen? We'll find out right now, as that round on Kitchen Service was mostly played by Hot Fudge Sauce right there, playing Ace on the AK, punishing those unfortunate peaks coming out from the side of L2K, who were getting a little ahead of themselves, admittedly. You know, they didn't exactly need to make some of the peaks they did, or they could have just waited inside of sight. That is what they probably should have done. But what ifs and speculations aside, we're going to be moving into round 9. This match ain't over yet, Chief. It is far from it. At least that's what it looks like for the time being. Kitchen, the site of choice once again, coming out from the side of L2K. They've got the Legion, this time JV, bringing in the operator with the goo mines, and no Rook from Fatals. He's gone back to the smoke. Probably going to work out a little better for him since most of Cafe is a close quarters combat situation, and you want to make sure that you have the best gun with the best sights available to you in the current situation. And of course, the fact that Smoke is just a fantastic area denial operator who can waste a lot of time from the side of the attackers, especially when it comes to that late plant situation. Some throwable areas are being made, just some clearance on the walls to make sure that not only can defenders vault through, oh, that needs to be a little wider though, there we go. You can vault through that. There's an extended room. Okay, this is the extended room setup. I was about to say that wall was unreinforced for a long time. The extended room setup on red carpet hallway down the red stairs is being made. Hotfoot Sauce, he knows exactly where that defender is sitting behind the big bakery, the big bakery counter. Oh, that's a little unfortunate, though. Self-flash by his own teammate. That's not a good way to start off a round, but the Ash will take care of the barbed wire, excuse me, right there. Nice and quickly. There goes Salmon Breach just coming out. Will Bandit be able to trick them in time? He might just be able to. He does! Well done by Skipper. And he's going to hold it down because there's Coffee on Bakery to help him stop anyone from getting in. And of course, consecutively, Skipper himself is going to be holding the long angle towards small bakery door. So it works out. It really works out. The German brothers holding on big bakery very, very well. All they need to do is be patient and not peek unnecessarily, and they will get the kills when they just come to them at this point.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
In the meanwhile, we've got not much happening. Minute 30 remaining, and not a whole lot of advances have been made from the side of Raxi Esports. They're still trying to establish verticality. There we go. That's one piece of it done. Will the slice be found? Not quite yet, though. But knows where this bandit is, but no skill's gonna find easy kill. Nos, excuse me, is gonna find easy kill in the meanwhile. I said a completely different name there. But easy kill is down. More shots are being fired. That's a lot of damage done to the Hibana. Superman, he's got to be careful. There goes one more. The Ash is down. And there goes L as well. Nos is on a roll right now. Deagle's out. He's playing Golden Gun, people. Will he find him? Yes, he will. It's a quad, and he's looking for the ace, but the ace is denied because Skipper was there to finish it off for his team. As L2K will be the ones to win on round 9. First floor kitchen goes to them. The Fortress defense, as I like to call it. I guess I'll be branding this defense that from now on. But regardless, fantastic game coming out from L2K and fantastic game coming out just in general, as they will be the ones to win over Raxi Esports 7-2. As we're going to go into relive the moment. Excuse me right there. We will be going into that in just a quick minute, of course. This takes a little bit of time to set up, but a fantastic game coming out from L2K showing no quarter. Although I will say, Raxi Esports, they have potential. They did give L2K a run for their money in more than one occasion, even if they only won 2 rounds. Especially when L2K's mid to late round looked a little shaky. That's when Raxi Esports seemed to shine through. But it's just the fact that L2K is just far more confident. They have a lot more experience in these situations. Even when their coordination isn't working up to scratch, they can make sure that they get those plays in. Raxi Esports, they're going to need to work on their game a little bit more. Unfortunately, they are going to lose tonight's qualifier match against L2K, but it is the group stages, so they'll have a bit more of a chance of going forward. As we have a quick look at the highlights of the match from the Relive the Moment. Babagusta, take us through them.
Well, Jack, to be quite frank with you, L2K did not stop when it comes to being aggressive on the side of attack. We've seen a lot of triple kills and quadra kills coming on the side of attackers and on the side of, Raxi Esports as well. I just don't want to forget about... I believe it was Hot Fudge Sauce was playing as the 8s. That flick was, to be honest, quite insane, eliminating Fatals right off the bat. He was just holding an angle right from the breached wall of Freezer. Next thing you know, he sees the head of Rook and he just instantly flicks it. That was quite beautiful and insane to watch. And yeah, no matter how many times we actually did see how Raxi Esports did handle some of the situations pretty well, but the only problem was they couldn't get to convert those gunfights quite easily. Just like the example on round I believe it was round 5, third floor bar, when Vamai was the only operator remaining, and he was thinking of, you know what, it was a 1v2 winnable situation clutch over there, because, you know, Vamai's AUG assault rifle is considered to be one of the most highest damage. The only problem is that it has a little bit less of a recoil than the MP5K, but, you know, most players would prefer more fire rate than most damage, but I just don't want to get ahead more of that. But what I was trying to say is, Bombay when he was trying to clutch out on third floor bar, he didn't had exactly any intel on where exactly these two operators were, in which in the next round they decided, you know what guys, on the third floor bar we didn't had enough information about the post plan, so it should be better for us to take Valk. And that's exactly what they did. They used the Valkyrie scams to make sure that, you know, the cams will be there, so if there's any post-plan situations coming in, it will be right away fixed. But since you are in a battlefield, you can't just immediately shift just like that. You have to adapt to each and every situations instantly rather than thinking about it. But anyways, all in all, a well-played effort from Roxy Esports and a crushing victory from Team L2K. I've never seen such great aggressive plays coming in from them, and it's quite interesting to see how Skipper, who used to play, you know, it's quite rare for me to see Skipper playing as the Zofia on attack and play so great. And also, how can I not forget about you know, JV, who was playing as the Valkyrie, the amount of you know, runouts in which the defenders, when Raxi Esports was playing as the Valkyrie, they were always watching those runouts. When it comes to Team L2K on defense, they even had the camera to even get to know where exactly their location was. They even went for the right timing and get those important kills. So for Raxi Esports, I hope they look at this match and think that, guys, this should have been better. I'm just hoping that they adapt to each and every situation that they have gone into, and hopefully they could get a proper, you know, hopefully they would get their proper mindset in the next matchup, hopefully. And yeah, last but not the least, Nos playing as the Twitch. From the early rounds, we actually did see him taking out the Mira's you know, mirror, and then instantly he gets a kill. That's how, you know, great of a player Nos is. And also we actually did see him get you know, 4 kills, I believe, 4 kills with the F2, but unfortunately we did not, however, get to see the ace. And yes, last but not least, how can I not forget about this, you know, gun game being played where Nos gets a quarter kill, but unfortunately Skipper was there to, you know, finally get the last kill. But hey, anyways, it's just all fun and games. It was a wonderful match, to be honest. Nos and Raxi Esports, it shows how well these teams have practiced, and also they've even gave it best they got. We even saw quite a lot of strategies being used on the side of Raxi Esports. You know, I kept talking about the Castle Armor panels, and there you go. He actually did place a lot of, you know, quite strategic places. Although we actually didn't get to see the extended rotations, just like you were talking about when L2K was making it, when the site was at first floor kitchen. But all in all, a really well played from Raxi Esports, and well done on Team L2K.
Absolutely, a fantastic game coming out from both teams, and well, LTK, they just outplayed Raxi Esports in most departments. But Raxi Esports, just like Baba said, and just like I've said before, they have potential. I do hope they come back, look at tonight's VOD, and think, okay, this can be better, and we can hopefully improve off of this. That is how the esports scene grows, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, on that note, of course, both myself and Baba will be ending it out here with this stream. We do apologize for not having the Kira Esports Red Vipers game on stream, but we do have to consider the players as well. You know, everybody has responsibilities and whatnot, IRL. So unfortunately, since so much time has passed, that game will happen offline. With all that being said, thank you everybody for joining in for today's matches. Thank you, Baba and Foxy, for having us here today. And we will see you tomorrow with more TEC Pro League qualifier action. Stay tuned.